Well, good evening all, and good evening everybody else. Welcome back to another Let's Play. We're part 3 of Steins Gate. I am your host, Swishbone, for the remainder of the evening. For those of you who've never seen my channel before and been recommended this by the algorithm or whatever, welcome very much. The chat box is open for all your messages. For all you people who've been here before, for the likes of Persona 5 Royal, the likes of Persona 3 FES, Danganronpa V3, Song of Memories, Final Fantasy 7, and many, many more, a huge thank you and a big welcome back. We are here for this very confusing sci-fi-esque visual novel affair set in Akihabara, Tokyo, Japan, and all we know is that right now it's all fallen the wheels off the axle. We've been here for quite a few hours of play and we're still only in chapter 1. Absolutely mad. Mad. Queen getting on the stream meanwhile, ripping off my intro, saying hello and welcome to another episode of Steins Gate with Swishbone as your host, LMAO. Well, I'm glad that I make you laugh. Not by design, not by intent, but I'm still glad I make you laugh. Let's get going. I'm home. Oh, so hungry. Mayuri comes in carrying a convenience store bag. Looks like she's done with work, which I guess by the fact she's not got a cat ears on anymore or her maid uniform, but what do I know? Time to eat some chicken! Juicy chicken number 1!
Okarin, banana 買っといてくれた? ねえ, Okarin?
Okarin, did you buy the bananas? Okarin! When she enters the development room, her eyes go wide.
あれれ? お客さん?
Huh? We have a guest? Once she notices Kurisu, Mayuri bows her head with her usual smile.
Mayushi です. よろしくね.
I'm Mayushi. Nice to meet you.
マキセです。ラボメンになったみたいです。
I'm Makise. Apparently I'm a lab mem now.
ほんと? すごい! 女の子のラボメンだ!
Really? That's great! Another girl lab mem!
誰? ケケロッパでどんな操作を?
Daru, what were you doing with the X68000?
さっき言った通り、メールの着信設定の調整だって。遠隔操作のためのメールを受け取った時のモニタリング用でさ。
Like I said, I was just in the incoming mail settings. I was monitoring the moment it received mail for remote control.
だから、同時に120秒の冷凍機能を使ってた。
That's why I put it on freezing mode for 120 seconds too.
PC からでも冷凍機能を起動できるようにしてやんだよね。昨日はそのテストもしてたんだ。
I made it so you can start freezing mode by computer. I tested that out yesterday too.
メリー、ジューシー唐揚げナンバー1を電話レンジカッコ仮の中へ。
Mayuri, insert the juicy chicken number 1 into the Phonewave. Name subject to change.
みんなも唐揚げ食べる? 1個ずつならあげてもいいよ.
Alistair Jack jumping in, saying hi everyone, good evening to you mate, how are you? I'm absolutely fine. Although I'm not going to be on Friday into Saturday. I might as well announce this now, but I'm looking to potentially do a charity stream that's 24 hours long. Yes, even though I'll be working on the Friday, I'm planning something around to make it possible. 8 PM to 8 PM. All in the name of raising money for those who are currently not without a place to stay. The charity Crisis. More information as we get deeper into the stream. You all want some? I can give you one each. With her usual ditziness, Mayuri puts the chicken inside the microwave. Daru explains what everything on the computer monitor means. Doesn't look different from using DOS. Oh god, welcome back to the 1990s. C://program files/game/Doom 2. Even all these years later, I still remember it. I enter 120# on the keyboard and strike the enter key. The Phonewave, name subject to change, starts up. The juicy chicken number 1 starts spinning backwards on the turntable. Kurisu stares hard at the Phonewave, name subject to change, as if to not let any anomaly, no matter how slight, escape her notice.
これで放電現象が起きた時の条件は再現したはずだな。
So, we've reproduced the conditions that existed when the discharge phenomenon occurred, right?
どうだったっけ？
How was it again?
そこに突っ立っている助手。
You there, assistant!
私？
Huh? Me?
他に誰がいるのだ？
Who else?
いつから私はあんたの助手になった？
When did I become your assistant?
いいから、俺のメールアドに何かメールを送れ。
Just send something to my phone. If we've reproduced the conditions correctly, then if she sends something to my phone while it's connected to the Phonewave, name subject to change, it should arrive with a timestamp from the past, not the present. But my assistant, Kurisu, just scowls. And I mean, look at that face of Kurisu as well. I mean, yeah, she's definitely not happy, is she? She's got the look of, I'm going to kill you very slowly.
私、あんたのアドレス知らないわよ。
I don't even know your email address.
使えない助手だな。
What a useless assistant. No, dude, you're the useless one. Making someone in a position they don't want to be and not giving them the information they need to do the role. Kinda similar to one of my old team leaders. Why do I get flashbacks to that while I'm streaming? Why do I always get flashbacks to that?
勝手に助手にすんなと言ったろうが。
Don't call me your assistant.
誰？お前の携帯からメールを。
Daru, send an email from your phone.
なんて？
Sure, but what?
適当でいい。
Anything.
クリスティーナは変態。これで送れ。
Send Christina's a perv.
変態禁止って言っただろ。
I thought we agreed to stop saying that.
じゃあ間を取ってオカリンは変態で。
Well, let's compromise and go with Okarin's a perv. Yes? Yep. Daru definitely earning plenty of points for that one. No doubt about it.
この裏切り者め。
You traitor.
橋田さん、グッジョブ。
Good job, Hashida-san. Kurisu grins and gives Daru a thumbs up. Hey. Bit of the old Fonzie action there. I really don't like this, because they called me out and know just how much of a perv I really am and why the group all hides in a weird apartment above a CRT store, because the hum disguises the noises we make. Yeah, I'm onto you, MC. I'm totally onto you, Rintaro.
マユシーのバナナが
Oh no! Mayushi's bananas! It sounds like Mayuri has found the results of our latest experiment.
ゲルバナになってるよ
They became gel bananas.
実験に使わせてもらったの。
We experimented on them.
これマユシーのなのに
But they were Mayushi's.
メール送信するぜ。
Want me to send the mail now?
マユシーさん、お金は後で払うよ。そこの法院さんが。
You'll be reimbursed later. By Hoin-san, that's what that is.
なぜ俺なのだ？
Why me?
もうどうしていつもマユシーの食べ物で実験するの
Gee, why do you always have to experiment on Mayushi's food?
もしかしてこの唐揚げも実験してるのかな
Ah, don't tell me you're experimenting on the chicken too.
そういうことだ。
We are. Oh, he's let her down because Savage's like, yeah, we are.
はいはーい。送信するよ。送信ポチッとな。
Okay, sending it now. Sending. Click. Mayuri slips past me and steps up to the active Phonewave. Name subject to change. Before anyone can react, she grabs the handle.
おい待て。開けるなマユリ。
Wait, don't open that!
おや
Huh? But it's too late. Ah! Blue white light fills the room, crackling angrily like the heart of a storm.
放電してる
An electrical discharge! A violent sparking sound. I grab Mayuri and pull her away from the Phonewave. Name subject to change.
なんかやばくね?
Are we gonna die? Or are we gonna warp? Are we gonna transmit somewhere? Well, we're staring into the eyes of a lightning storm. We're hearing a lot of crackling, but I've not got any... Oh, there we go. I thought the game had locked up for a second then. A thin cloud of smoke fills the room. It smells like something's burning. My eyes are numb from all the flashing light. I try blinking several times. I can hear Kurisu and Daru coughing. Everyone okay?
なんとか
Somehow.
2秒どころかもっと長い時間放電してなかった
That was definitely more than 2 seconds. Mayuri squeezes my upper arm with her slender fingers.
おかえり。何が起きたのかな。
Karine, what just happened? Oh, Aris the Jack. Seriously, bruh. Dude. Don't try and make me blow a fuse with jokes like that. It'll be a really bad shock for you. My vision gradually returns. Mayuri looks perplexed. And why wouldn't she be? Of course she looks perplexed. Are you okay? No burns or anything?
どこも痛くないから平気だと思うけど。
It doesn't hurt anywhere, so I think I'm okay. Oh, Octus. Jumping straight in saying that it's shocking. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean, for once, Queen's being neutral on this matter. Looks like covering Mayuri was the right choice. I was wrong. Queen jumps in with absolutely electrifying. And I gave you the benefit of the doubt. It turns out you were live all along. Wait, actually, no. I'm the one that's live. I'm the one that's broadcasted to the world. I may be an insane mad scientist, but I still risk life and limb for the safety of my comrades. I gently let Mayuri out of my brace. Whew. Well, that was something. I wiped the sweat off my brow.
ちょっとこれ見て
Hey, look at this! Afternoon, Avian. Did you miss anything? Well, looks like the experiment's gone all kind of right. We suddenly caused the Phonewave, name subject to change, to discharge a lot of electricity, and we've all gone in a bit of a weird, flashing world, me. And Octus, Kurisu and Kabe have a spark between them? I don't know. I get the feeling that if fried a circuit board if they got in the same room together. Kurisu's voice is strained. With my vision finally restored, I take another look around the room. And what I see strikes me speechless. The large table in the centre of the room is made of thick, solid wood. It can hold about 5 or 6 people without breaking. That's where we placed the Phonewave, name subject to change, and the X68000 on it. The table has been split in two, as if by a woodcutter's axe. The computer and the parts connected to the microwave are scattered across the floor, and the microwave itself has broken through the table. It's literally stuck in the floor.
なんぞこれどうなっていくら電子レンジでも床に穴を開けるほど重くはないっしょ
What the hell? How did that... yeah, it's a microwave, but it's not heavy enough to make a hole in the floor.
放電現象だけじゃそれ以外の現象
This can't be caused by just electrical discharge. Some other phenomenon? As I say, Queen, it's not that I'm no selling the jokes, it's just that I'm very well insulated. I'm earthed to your jokes. I shake off my surprise. This is no time to be standing with jaw agape, Ho and Kyoma. I seize the moment.
全て計算通り。
Just as my calculations predicted! First, some maniacal laughter. Next, I tried to take out my phone and do the usual, but unfortunately, it's still plugged into the Phonewave. Name subject to change. Queen, I'd already dropped those jokes before. So, Octus, free of charge? I don't think so. You could say it amplified the situation. El, Sai, Congru. I whisper the words. Words that have no meaning. Words I use simply because they sound cool. These words have meaning because they have no meaning. After years of repeated use, just speaking them is kind to my heart. Much like "da-da-da" is to Mayoshi.
マユシの唐揚げがひどいことになってる件について。
So, about Mayoshi's chicken. Huh? Mayuri stands up and looks inside the Phonewave. Name subject to change. It's embedded in the floor, but she somehow manages to pry the door open. Ah! Mayoshi's chicken is all burnt black. I pat Mayuri's shoulders to cheer her up.
ジューシー唐揚げナンバーワンは偉大な実験の成功のため尊い犠牲となったのだ。冥福を祈ろうではないか。
Juicy Chicken number 1 made a noble sacrifice for the progress of science. Let us pray for his happiness in the next life.
唐揚げのことはどうでもいい。今は電話レンジに何が起きたのか解析するのが先。
Why the reason that the microwave is called a Phonewave, Arista Jack, is because basically the idea that Rintaro came up with was to plug a phone into a microwave so you could basically turn it on remotely. The idea being if you're on the tube, you could, for example, have your food in there and hit it and you come in straight away and it's cooked. It's basically exactly the same thing I do with my slow cooker. I have a slow cooker where I plug it into a timer plug on the wall so that when I come back from work, when I'm not working at home, I've got a cooked meal waiting for me. That's a life hack, by the way, for all you people out there. The chicken doesn't matter. Right now, we need to determine what happened with the phone.
どうでもいいなんてあんまりだよ。クリスティーナちゃん。
It doesn't matter? That's so mean! Oh, Christina-chan? Octus, yeah, it's a fair point actually. Mayoshi's food always gets experimented on by Akabe, so because of that, yeah. Akabe is the source of this girl's problems. That's a very fair way of putting it.
ちょっとそこのほーい今日はどうしてくれんのよ。マユシーさんが私の名前間違えて覚えてる。
Hey, Kyo and Kyoma, do something about this. Mayoshi-san learned my name wrong.
それより換気した方がいいよ。
More importantly, we need ventilation.
うるさい。黙れお前たち。
Silence, all of you! I affix everyone with an overpowering stare. This shall be remembered as the moment that the greatest experiment of the century succeeded and brought humanity a step forward in a new direction. These guys have no right to ruin that with their foolish talk. My heart pounding, I detach my phone from the Phonewave. Name subject to change. Luckily, it's completely unharmed. Apart from the blood wallpaper, which I chose for it, by the way. That's my fault. I don't believe I'm going to be able to access it in any way. Let's have a look. Yeah, see, it's not letting me access the phone. I open it. It still works. I bring up the list of received emails. New emails should come at the top. However, my heart beats even faster. The topmost email isn't the one Daru sent before the discharge occurred. This impossible phenomenon is exactly what I was hoping for. An email server problem. That's what the problem is. I look back through my email history, and there, I find it. Oh, I'm not in control here, the game's doing it for me. Success. I don't know why, but it was a success. The timestamp proves it. I received this email on July 24th, 5 days ago. This is the exact same thing that happened to my someone stabbed Kurisu email. A mail sent on the 29th arrived on the 24th. And just now, the truth was revealed to me in a flash of inspiration. It all connects. There's a meaning behind this series of events, and only one true answer. I've discovered the Phonewave. Name subject to changes. True hidden function. This isn't intuition. That's right. This is conviction. Just spit it out. What do you think it is? I feel my lips twist into a grin. I meet Kurisu's glare head on. First, let me say one thing. The greatest inventions are created by accident. This we call serendipity. Get on with it. How dare she ruin my speech? This is my moment, and I'm going to laud it as much as I can. Because I can. Oh well, let's get to the point. The mail was sent to the past. The chicken returned to its frozen state. The plucked banana returned to the bunch. No way. Kurisu seems to get it now. As expected of my genius assistant. Yes way. This is the choice of Steins Gate. The Phonewave. Name subject to change. Is a time machine. And well, that's the end of the chapter. The dawn of a new day, and it appears we have some email. You've got mail. From Shining Finger. Oh wow, she's spammed me with emails. There's 5. Well, Eka here. Are you a student, Okabe-kun? Are you on summer break? Are you a day person or a night person? If you'd rather I email you around a certain time, let me know. I want you to reply as soon as you can, but I don't want to be a bother, so let me know, okay? By the way, I don't like talking on the phone, so please don't call me. Bye-bye. Yes, I do remember you telling me off stream how close I was to the end. I was closer than I thought, but I really had to end it that time. And that's a good point, Avian. Yes, well spotted, the stuffy pillow. Oh, that's cute. That is very cute. I just remembered, I didn't tell you my phone number. That's okay. I'm a lot more comfortable communicating by email anyway. What about you, Okabe-kun? Are you still asleep? Rise and shine. Have you talked to the super hacker yet? Oh, I'd also like to hear more about John What's-His-Face. I'm super curious. I'm nocturnal, so I usually don't go to bed until the sun comes up. It's not so bad once you get used to it. Maybe when you wake up, okay? And speaking of, like I say, being nocturnal and going to bed when the sun comes up, on Friday, I'm looking to not carry on Steins Gate. Instead, I'm looking to do a 24-hour charity stream where I play Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. because I want to raise money for a homeless charity and I want to do it on a long-form game. It's not confirmed, but it is very likely to happen. Keep an eye on the channel and you should see that scheduled. Now, can I actually reply to it? No, it's not letting me reply. That's annoying. At least I don't think it is. No, it's not. Oh well, never mind. Actually, it is already noon. We didn't sleep at all. Sleep deprivation makes the summer sun seem all the brighter. I really don't want to go outside, but I'm fed up with the humidity inside the lab. I chug a bottle of Dr. Pepper. My stomach protests. I don't know, maybe I drank it too fast. I'm exhausted. My hands are shaking slightly, and my vision is cloudy. I could pass out if I'm not careful. Maybe I should take a shower. That should stave off exhaustion, if only temporarily. The building has a basic shower room. There's no bath, but it's enough. The lab would be hell without it. Darrow is at his computer, his back turned towards me. His right leg is bouncing impatiently. I get like that when I'm on a racing game. I imagine that I'm in the lead and all of a sudden I start bouncing my leg going, I'm going to make it to the end, I'm going to win, I'm going to win. And then I crash. The room is mostly silent, save for the electric fans humming and Daru's mouse clicks. Daru doesn't look my way, and he doesn't try to start a conversation. Neither do I. I don't have the energy. Outside is a sunny summer afternoon, but inside the air is stale and empty of life. Yesterday, that shocking experiment convinced me that the Phonewave, named subject to change, was also a time machine. But Kurisu didn't seem willing to accept the results. She just started screaming. A time machine? A time machine? It can't be! Then she took a mad dash out of the lab. It was like she couldn't get out of here fast enough. As for Mayuri, she was depressed about her chicken and bananas, so she skipped her daily costume sewing and went home. Grudges over food run deep, I guess. Yeah, Oxus, I've heard the Elite version of the game's different. I've seen a little bit of it. I didn't realise that you couldn't actually read the messages whenever you wanted. That's a bit of a step backwards. And you say it's kind of annoying to see all the text you get from me could just get ignored by Akabe. As I say, I mean, obviously I know nothing about this game apart from the part I'm up to, so as I say, no spoilers, please. But if they change the UI so you can't interact with the messages, that seems, as I say, a step backwards to me. I don't know why they'd do that. Which leaves the lab empty, save for Daru and me. Our enthusiasm shot through the roof when we realised that the Phonewave, named subject to change, had tremendous hidden potential. We nearly died of excitement after successfully sending an email to the past. So we stayed up all night, doing experiments to confirm whether or not the Phonewave, named subject to change, is indeed a time machine. The results, however... We went to the supermarket and stocked up on a wide variety of items. We tossed each of them into the Phonewave, name subject to change. But everything failed. No change. Nothing happened. After the experiment where the discharge phenomenon occurred, everything warmed up normally. No jellification. Suddenly, we couldn't get anything to happen. We still have no idea why. First, let's review the problems revealed by this last run of experiments. Problem 1. Electrical discharge safety precautions. We removed everything flammable from the development room to reduce the risk of fire. We also prepared 2 fire buckets full of water, just in case. No, kids, no. Major flaw. Never, ever, ever throw water on an electrical fire. Do not do that. That is health and safety 101. If anyone tells you to throw water on an electrical fire, tell them to piss off. They're asking for you to die. Don't do it. But that's not a fundamental solution. We'll keep an eye out from now on, but if things get dangerous, we should seriously consider relocating our experiments. Problem 2. Mass increase. When the discharge phenomenon occurs, the Phonewave, named subject to change, suddenly gains mass for unknown reasons. Because of this, the microwave broke the table and made a dent in the floor. Well, if it's a mass increase, that tells you that it's affecting the gravitational field. And because of that, it's getting heavier because it's attracting atoms towards it. It's getting a lot more positively charged. That's what it suggests to me. Now, it's interesting when you say don't throw water on a grease fire, nor suggest that they piss on it. There was apparently, in it's either ancient Greece or Roman time, basically their version of Elden fire was a fire fuel that burned, and the only way to put it out was either with urine or something else. I don't quite know what the difference between urine and water is, but apparently there was one. I'm not a scientist, so I can't say any more. To deal with the issue, we placed the microwave on the floor. We spread cushions and blankets underneath. This hides the hole in the floor too. It's only a temporary fix though. If we make any more holes, Mr. Braun is quite capable of raising my rem. And that's to say nothing of the calamity it will cause if it falls through the floor. Anyway, we need to find the source of the mass increase. If amateurs like us even can, that is. But the first 2 problems pale before the third. The last problem is critical. Until we solve it, we can't even really experiment with the Phonewave. Name, subject to change. Problem 3. We're not even sure of the necessary conditions to send email to the past. No matter how many times we tried, we couldn't pin down a single condition. We spent the entire night doing trial and error. We tried over 40 different things, but not once could we reproduce the discharge phenomenon. I had the idea that opening the microwave door was the key. That theory was proven false. There might be something else I'm missing, but for now, we're at an impasse. We started off in high spirits, but grew more and more frustrated as time progressed. Which brings us to the present. Honestly, I gave up. That's why I spent the entire morning lazing about like this. Another email pops up on my phone. I haven't got any reply yet. Are you still asleep? You sleep too much, Akabi-kun. You're living like an old man. Well, I guess I'm not one to talk, LMAO. Anyway, let me know when you have about something on the BN5100. Pretty please, Moeka. And again, it looks like I can't reply to it. Oh, so that's the backlog. Okay. Evidently no. Evidently I can't reply to it. Yeah, that's true. You put a lid on it to deprive it of oxygen, Queen. That's what you do. Because basically, for fire to carry on, it needs oxygen, fuel, and heat. Those 3 things together. If you cut one off, a fire will go out. So by putting the lid on it, you'll keep the heat in there and you'll keep the fuel, but you'll starve it of oxygen. Oh god, that's a bad joke, Queen. Someone set the hair on fire and he goes, I can't put water on it, it's a grease fire. Oh. Oh dear. Oh no. I've been getting way too many of these since yesterday. They're all from Shining Finger, the woman called Kiryu Moeka. I've never used email this often before. Even Mayuri only sends me 1 or 2 a day, and she's a teenage girl. Frankly, this is starting to get on my nerves. I saw how fast Shining Finger typed. That should have been enough to tip me off that she was a male demon. I was careless. It's too much of a pain to reply, so I ignore it. I finish my bottle of Dr. Pepper and my stomach gurgles. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I'm so hungry, I don't even feel like showering. I call out to Daru, who's hammering on the keyboard.
なあ、サンボに牛丼でも食いに行かないか?
Hey, wanna go Sambo for some beef bowl?
めんどい。
Nah, too much trouble.
腹は減ってないのか?
Aren't you hungry?
減ったけどさ。
Yeah, but...
煮え切らない男め。
You're such a bum. Ah, Mayuri's message. My see spending money is getting dangerously low. You and Darren need to chip in sometimes. You don't want to get between me and my food. Oh. You eat too much anyway. Go on a diet before it's too late. Don't get angry. Next time I'll treat you to anything you want. So keep buying more bananas for the sake of experiments. Ah, so that was a choice. Right. Interesting. In that case then, if it's the blue text that you need to respond to, which I've only just realised, that might explain why I can't reply to them. So by saying go on a diet, I've kind of fucked myself over there. And I didn't save this when I started this next point either, so I better watch out for that for the future. Yeah, that explains it. If I go back to Lukako's mail. I replied to Lukako, I remember that much. That's an interesting mechanic. That might potentially lead to choices in the game. What is he doing on the computer anyway? Obviously not typing the translation for localization for this because you're missing a word. I'm curious, so I casually peek over his shoulder. That's the Large Hadron Collider. That's what that is. That's the Large Hadron Collider. There's an image of a futuristic-looking facility I've never seen before. Richly coloured cords crawl through a colossal octagonal tunnel, like the interior of a spaceship from a sci-fi movie. Based on the height of the people in the picture, the tunnel must be more than 10 meters tall. Incidentally, the people don't look Japanese. Daru sighs heartily. I don't know if the blank look in his eye is from sleepiness, exhaustion, or if something's just wrong with him. Told ya. The Large Hadron Collider sure is cute. What? What did you just say? Large Hadron Collider? Is that an incantation? No, a secret technique. Large Hadron Collider. You don't know about it? I grab Daru's relaxed shoulders and wring them out. Ow, 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 ow! What are you doing? Are you conscious? Of course, man. What is this Large Hadron Collider thing? You know, it's what CERN uses to do their experiments. LHC for short. It's seriously moe. Recommended. You're lusting for something that's not even humanoid? Ah. Better not make any jokes about Aegis here. I don't want to get shot. Firing!
つうの？見ててワクワクするっつうの？ニヤニヤできるっつうの？そんな感じってあるやん。
Of course not. But there's something about it that gets me excited, you know? It makes me smile, you know? Don't you feel that?
そういえば少し前は工場や高速道路の高架下がたまらないとか言っていたな。
Come to think of it, I remember you said that you found factories and the undersides of highways irresistible or something. I'm not even going to touch that one, kids. I'm leaving that one right where it is.
そうそう、あれと一緒。
Yeah, same thing.
節操がなさすぎる。
Where does it end? 2D, 3D, and even inanimate objects.
ジャンル分けして自分で興味の対象を狭める方がもったいなくね？
That's too short. I don't want to limit my interests, you know? And yet, you'll do anything to avoid things that don't interest you. Hypocrite.
セルの子。
CERN. That name. I've seen it somewhere, and recently. Where was it again? Oh, of course.
ジョン・タイター。
John Titor.
ああ、ジョン・タイター？オカリンが言ってたのって今アットチェンで祭りになってるやつのことだったんだな。
Oh, yeah. That guy you mentioned earlier. He's the guy our channel's going crazy about, isn't he?
それは偽物である可能性もある。俺が言っているジョン・タイターは10年前に現れた方だ。
That one might be an imposter. I was talking about the John Titor who appeared 10 years ago.
10年前にも現れたん？同一人物？
He appeared 10 years ago? The same guy? I had hoped that Daru would remember. No such luck.
とにかくジョン・タイターがセルンのことについて触れていた。
Anyway, John Titor mentioned CERN. I don't remember all of it, but there's one thing I'm sure of.
タイターはこんな予言を残した。すなわち2034年までにセルンがタイムマシンを完成させると。
Titor made a prediction, namely that before the year 2034, CERN will develop a time machine.
おお、タイムマシン。まさにタイムリーな話題じゃん。
Oh god. Oh no. Queen, Alistair Jack, I hate you both. You've even infected my game. A time machine? That's a timely topic.
でもそれって10年前じゃなくて今のタイターも言ってた気がする。
But that wasn't 10 years ago. This new Titor said the same thing.
10年前だろうが今だろうがどちらでもいい。それより気にならないか、誰？
It doesn't matter if it was 10 years ago or 10 seconds ago. That's not the point, Daru.
この奇妙な符号はシュタインズゲートの選択である可能性が高い。
This coincidence could be very well the choice of Steins Gate.
タイターって信頼できるん？
Can we trust this Titor guy?
信頼できるかできないかはどうでもいいのだ。俺たちのやつは今タイムマシンというキーワードで繋がっている。
It doesn't matter if we trust him or not. Now we have something in common. A time machine.
そのタイターが言及したセルンについて念のために調べたとしても損にはならないはず。
We should investigate CERN. We've got nothing to lose. Vigor returns to my body. Curiosity truly is the greatest delicacy for a mad scientist like me. Anyway, the Phonewave, name subject to change, experiment has hit a dead end for now, so it shouldn't matter if I make a little detour for this.
ダル、セルンについて詳しく。
Tell me everything you know about CERN.
OK。僕のセルンフォルダが火を吹くぜ。
Sure thing. My CERN folder is smoking hot. Daru strikes his keys with renewed passion. He goes to my pictures folder and opens a folder literally called CERN.
セルンは世界最大の素粒子物理学の研究施設だよ。ヨーロッパ素粒子物理学研究所だとか欧州素粒子原子核研究機構みたいな通称で呼ばれることもある。
CERN is the world's largest particle physics research institution. It's popularly called the European Laboratory for Particle Physics. or the European Organization for Nuclear Research.
スイスとフランスの国境近くジュネーブ郊外にあってさ、古いところだと HTML や HTTP ワールドワイドウェブを生み出したところってんで有名。
It's close to the border of Switzerland and France, on the outskirts of Geneva. It's famous as the birthplace of HTML, HTTP, and the World Wide Web.
ワールドワイドウェブだと。それってインターネットの？
The World Wide Web? You mean the internet?
ビンゴ URL の最初についてるやつ。
Yeah, that thing at the beginning of most URLs. CERN invented that? All I know about CERN is what I read in Titor's book. I never knew they were that amazing.
日本じゃそんなに馴染みはないけど、日本の研究チームも現在進行形で参加してたりするのだぜ。
Most people aren't aware, but there's a Japanese research team working at CERN too.
セルンはどんな研究を？
What sort of research does CERN do?
基本的には素粒子物理学かな。
Particle physics mostly.
世界でも唯一セルンしか持ってない超でかい実験装置を持ってるんだ。いわゆる粒子加速器ってやつ。
CERN can do experiments no one else can, because they have the biggest particle accelerators in the world. Until Watchmen happens, and John Osterman appears and the whole world changes forever.
低速汎用子蓄積リング、陽子シンクロトロンブースター、大型電子陽電子コライダー。
The low energy antiproton ring, the proton synchrotron booster, the large electron positron collider.
でラスボスは世界最大を誇る LHC ラージハドロンコライダータン。
And the big boss is the largest accelerator in the world, the LHC, Large Hadron Collider Tan. Tan? The only Tan is Yucatan. Otaku possess the ability to anthropomorphize, in Moe form, just about anything in the world simply by sticking Tan on the end of its name. Daru's powers encompass even particle accelerators. Daru doesn't seem to notice my shock. He just brings up the next image.
LHC はセルンの地下にある全長約27キロのサークル状トンネルに設置された粒子加速器なんだよ。
The LHC is a 27-kilometer long circular tunnel built underneath CERN's headquarters.
陽子同士をそのトンネルで加速させて衝突させることで未知の素粒子反応を起こそうって実験を去年あたりから始めてる。
Its purpose is to smash protons together in the hope of creating unknown elementary particle reactions. They started experimenting last year.
まあ実験開始前はその実験でミニブラックホールが作られちゃうかもって噂もあったな。
Before they started, there were rumors that the experiments might create mini black holes. And I remember the memes. There was one brilliant meme where it had the image of the LHC, the octagon, and it had a Baron of Hell coming out from Doom. I like that story. I like that idea. I'd like to consider that canon if possible.
そのミニブラックホールに地球が飲み込まれる。宇宙がやばいみたいな。
Oh no! Those mini black holes will swallow the Earth! The universe is in danger! Etc, etc. That was the shit that was said online at the time. Shit posting was a thing even back in 2009. Mini black holes? I'm pretty sure Titor said his time machine used mini black holes. Are the things he said about CERN actually true?
現実にそうなる可能性は？
What's the possibility of that actually happening?
あるわねえよ。セルンが公式に否定してる。
100% that it won't. CERN officially denies it.
もし仮にミニブラックホールが生成されたとしても、エネルギー量はすごく小さいから生まれた瞬間に消えるね。地球を飲み込むなんて全然無理っしょ。
Let's say a mini black hole was formed. The amount of energy would be so tiny that it would disappear instantly upon formation. It would be impossible for it to swallow the whole world.
だが、火のないところに煙は立たない。
But where there's smoke, there's fire. If I remember correctly, Titor claimed that CERN began time machine research in 2001. In 2034, they complete the time machine. Right now, it's 2010. If they actually started that research, it would have been 9 years ago. According to their official announcements, they only began experimenting in 2008. That's suspicious. Of course, that's assuming Titor's story is even true. Some of Titor's predictions were on the mark, but most weren't. I'm also perplexed by how everyone around me seems to have forgotten about Titor's 2000 occurrence. There's something important in Titor's tale. Or at least, I want there to be. Yep, he's hoping to find it. I take out my phone and put it to my ear.
俺だ聞いて驚くな悪の陰謀の匂いを嗅ぎつけた
It's me. Don't be surprised. I sniffed out an evil conspiracy.
ジョン・タイターとセルその2つの言葉から俺が言いたいことは分かってもらえるはずだああそうだ奴らは機関とつながりがある可能性が高い
John Titor, CERN. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, that's right. They're likely connected to the organization.
偶然だとおいおいあまり俺を失望させるなよ何根拠だとそうだなあえて言えばささやくのだよ俺のマッドサイエンティストとしての直感がな
Coincidence? Come now. Don't disappoint me. What? Evidence? Well, if you must know, whispers. Whispers of my mad scientist intuition. Yep, this guy's still a whack job, isn't he? Well, we're controlling the protagonist as a complete fucking whack job.
奴らは世界を滅ぼそうとしているああミニブラックホールによってだだがもしもその技術を俺たちが横取りすることができたらどうかな
Those bastards are trying to destroy the world. Yeah, with mini black holes. But what if we were to steal that technology? What then?
当然だ俺を誰だと思っている全てはシュタインズゲートの選択だよ L サイコング
Of course. Who do you think I am? Everything is the choice of Steins Gate. Il Sai Congru. I put away my phone, then turned to find Daru giving me an exasperated look.
お前は一体誰と戦っているんだ
Just who the hell are you fighting with?
誰よ俺たちのやるべきことは一つだ
Daru, I know what we must do.
やるべきことなんぞ
Was that?
なんぞではない引き返すなそこは全てを組んでにやりと笑うのだでないとスーパーハッカーらしくないだろうが
Don't you was that me? You're supposed to grin like you know exactly what I'm talking about. What kind of super hacker are you? I wanted to tell him something like, well, why the hell not? So what's in it for me? And then we continue like this, grinning slyly the whole time. A week's worth of potato chips. 10 days. You sure are a glutton. The diet makes you a hungry man. Deal. Get started. You got it, boss. Or something like that. Yup, a real cool conversation. But the real world Daru just purses his lips.
オカリンはいつも説明不足なんだっつうのかっこつけるより先に分かるように話してくれ
You always give such half-baked explanations. Try to sound intelligible before you try to sound intelligent. It's a bloody good line, that. Try to sound intelligible before you sound intelligent. I like that. That's a good line. That's a really good line. Oh, come on, work with me here.
お前はスーパーハッカーだ
You are a super hacker.
ハカーって言うなせめてハッカーにして
Stop saying hacker. At least say hacker.
あとは分かるな
See where I'm going with this?
いや全然
No, not at all.
セルハッキングしろ
Hack into CERN. Daru stares at me in disbelief.
それは ひょっとしてギャグで言っているのか？
Is that some kind of joke?
誰？お前ならできる。奴らの悪事を暴き、タイムマシンについてのヒントを手に入れろ。
I know you can do it, Daru. Expose their dastardly deeds and find any hints you can about the time machine.
悪事ってオカリンの妄想だろう。
Dastardly deeds? You're just imagining that stuff, Ocarine.
電話レンジカッコ仮をタイムマシンとして使えるようにするか、このままただの打作としてラブの倉庫で眠らせることになるか。今が分岐点だ。
We stand at a crossroads. Will the Phonewave, name subject to change, become a functional time machine, or will it die as garbage in lab storage?
マジで言ってんの？
You serious?
俺はいつでもマジである。
I'm always serious. I look Daru straight in the eye as I answer. Looks like that made him understand my position. Daru sweeps the garbage off his desk and sits up straight.
どうなっても知らないぜ。
I'm not responsible for the consequences. Got it? Suddenly, Daru is bursting with energy. It's like his earlier lethargy was a lie.
交渉成立だ。すぐ取り掛かってくれ。
Deal. Get started.
うは、みなぎってきた。
Let's do this.
報酬のポテチ1週間分はスイスの銀行に振り込んでおく。
For your payment, I'll deposit a week's supply of potato chips into your Swiss bank account. The Swiss have totally changed the currency regulations since I last heard of anything out there. Daru doesn't respond. He's already deep in concentration.
じゃあ、俺は寝る。あとは任せた。
Anyway, I'm gonna sleep. It's all yours. I lie down on the sofa and let the clacking of Daru's keyboard lull me to sleep. And I gotta say, this music is getting on my nerves. Still, the kitty plushie makes me happy. Kitty! I wake up to the twilight sun streaming in through the window, and it looks like there's more mail. Faris. Kilmer, when operating in the mundane world, you're supposed to be discreet, yeah? You don't want them to notice you. Remember, the summoning has taken 2,000 years to prepare. If it fails, everything will be ruined. Although I suppose that makes things interesting. Yeah. You. What are you scheming? I'm not sure what that's going to do, actually. A refreshing blue breeze blows in, softly brushing my cheek. And now, while I've got the chance, I'm going to do a save. Daru's exactly where I left him before I fell asleep. He's sitting in exactly the same position. Not much has changed besides his typing speed. Oh, and now he's muttering to himself. Guess he hasn't had any success at hacking yet. I look around the room, but can't find Mayuri. Maybe she's not coming today. I guess food-related grudges really do run deep. I stand up and stretch, not wanting to bother Daru, so I don't say anything to him. I take a cold Dr. Pepper out of the fridge and quench my thirst. Then I throw myself back down to the sofa and start browsing at channel on my phone. And what perfect timing! Titor is currently posting in the thread. The Everett Wheeler model is correct. Please look it up and learn more. It seems you're all still clinging to preconceived notions of time. Time does not simply run from past to future like a car on a one-way street. To be more specific, the laws of causality do not allow contradictions to occur. If the resultant event, the effect, is changed, the event itself, the cause, also changes to prevent a paradox. That's why there are so few people who can observe changes in divergence. Divergence being the world line's 1% difference from the standard. Die, troll. You can't claim to be a traveller without any proof. Stock trends, please. I'm counting on you, Mr. Time Traveller. If you can't observe changes in divergence, then how can you possibly measure it? Oh, I know. Your time machine has a magical device that measures it for you. Lol. Oh, and you still haven't explained how a research institution conquers the world. Details, Plox. Oh noes! Humanity is doomed! What's a science done? Gbag. Noobs. Respond this seriously to troll thread. This Titor guy's a shitty troll. Don't you people have anything to offer besides insults? How about contributing to the discussion, plebeian scum? If you assume that time doesn't flow in a straight line, then the idea of time travel is much easier to swallow. In such a scenario, a time machine travelling to the past doesn't need to fight against the flow of time. I'd say Titor's points have merit. By the way, Titor, I'd like to know more about CERN. What can you tell us about their current activities? Tell me which horse wins the Emperor's Cup and I'll bet my entire life savings. Everett Wheeler model equals many worlds interpretation. Basically, that means parallel worlds. What's for the stupid name tags? This hoe in Kiyoma is more annoying than Titor. You call yourself John Titor but you're fluent in Japanese. Writing in English would at least make it seem more realistic. You can't do English, can you? Can I ask you a favour, Titor-san? My mom died in the Shibuya earthquake last year. If I stop my mom from leaving home, then I can undo her death. So please, lend me a time machine. You gonna believe this time traveller? Lol. Without proof? Are you an idiot? No one seems particularly interested in what I said about time not flowing in a single direction. That's proof that your preconceptions are deeply ingrained. Honestly, it bothers me that you simply accept that as the truth. I've started to understand why CERN was able to take over so easily. Whenever a major event causes divergence to change, this timeline is reconstructed to prevent paradoxes from occurring. For example, let's say that a major event causes this world line to diverge into new world line. Call it world line B. On world line B, I'm afraid to say @channel never existed. As the timeline is reconstructed, all of your memories reading and posting on @channel will disappear, to replace by memories of you doing something else. In other words, by changing the present, you can change the past. I wrote about CERN yesterday. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded at creating micro black holes. So apparently, even though we just read all these comments and we've referenced them so far, none of them happened. Okay, game, I believe you. My streams don't, but I do. Kuri Gohan and Kamehameha. I desire only to quench my intellectual thirst. Unlike you closed-minded fools, I will reserve judgment until after I've heard what Titor has to say, and then I will make contact with Titor and acquire his time machine for myself. The great mad scientist Hyo in Kiyoma will have the last laugh! Suck it, sleazebags. Sleazebags. Seriously, sleazebags? Really? Is that the kind of insult we're dealing with here? Dude, what are you, 6 years old? Actually, no, it's not fair on the 6-year-old. The 6-year-old says we're more mature. Tell me stock prices or fucking die. I won't believe until you tell me. That's not body well for Friday. It's got a huge yawn. That's not good at all. Apologies for the tonsils you may have seen there. All of them that don't exist and removed many years ago. That's not constricting the world, you idiots. That's altering people's memories. Who the hell can alter the memories of nearly 6.7 billion people? Disney. Disney can. They buy everything and whitewash it all. There's a reason Song of the South is not on Disney+. Do you even realise how stupid that sounds? I think I would have noticed if someone went and screwed my brain. And what does any of that have to do with the many worlds interpretation? Do some research, lol. Micro black holes, lol. Wait, the future's a wasteland? That means it could be a road warrior and ride a mob buggy, right? I'm gonna get me a mohawk. Anyone know where I can buy spiked shoulder pads? I've checked CERN's homepage. It says they've been experimenting since 2009. Can they really make black holes? What the hell's gonna happen? This Titor of a mohawk. God, that's fucking moe. Are you implying our brains make the world? Are you saying the universe is a giant tree and we're the branches or something? That's some EVA level bullshit right there. Go back to 2036. Is this how you reply to a specific person? Thank you for showing me. Reconstruction of the timeline and alteration of people's memories. I think they're essentially the same thing. Why are you so intent on saying they're different? With a few exceptions, nobody can keep their memories across world lines. They are reconstructed along with everything else when divergence changes. And what's a road warrior? Hawk and Animal, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Road Warriors from the 1980s. Known in the WWF as the Legion of Doom. Absolute icons they were amazing. Anyone home? I'm immersed in a heated internet argument when an unfamiliar voice interrupts me. The door opens and a girl peeks inside. I recognise her. It's the girl I met yesterday at Broad Tube Workshop. Hi, I'm from the Broad Tube Workshop. When our eyes meet, she smiles. The TV you're sending for repairs has been fixed. Mind picking it up? Daru's typing gets even faster. Looks like he's in the zone. It would be a bad idea to disturb him with our voices. I nod to the girl and hurry outside. Now we got this really cheery, happy music. Why do we have to be sneaky? What was this girl's name again? I think it was something like Aruma or Amore. Oh right, Amane Suzuha. Currently, my genius partner in crime is executing an important mission. I don't want to bother him. What exactly do you guys do? I've told you before. Learning our secrets could put you and everyone you know in grave danger. You guys are called the Future Gadget Laboratory, right? How did you know that? I never told you. Wait, are you an organization spy? I raise my guard and spring into praying mantis stance. Woo! Or something. By the way, that'd be a useless martial arts stance. One, you've not got much movement for your arms, and two, people can just grab your fingers and snap them back like that. That is a stance in martial arts. Protect the face, protect the chest. Bang. But Suzuha just stares blankly. That's what it said in your mailbox. Oh. I really should change that. It'd be like putting a huge thing to say secret place. I lower my guard. Why didn't you just say so? Now you know. It's not like you can unknow. I'll give you the short explanation, but you must not tell a soul. Suzuha nods firmly. Is it just me, or are her eyes gleaming? Or are her eyes... Yeah, it was the three mnemonics of the R's, or are her, close together. That's what confused me then. It was the triple mnemonic. 世界を影から操る闇の機関に対抗し、その支配構造を破壊するために活動しているのだ。We are the Future Gadget Laboratory, dedicated to defeating the evil organization that rules the world from the shadows. Wow.
その 闇の機関ってセルン？
Is the evil organization CERN?
え
Huh?
そうだ
Yeah, but
おお、やっぱそうなの？あいつら抱きすべき連中だよね。
oh, so I was right. Those guys really are a contemptible lot, aren't they? She nods to herself for some reason. And contemptible? I thought I was the only one who uses words like that in normal conversation.
なぜ俺たちが今まさにセルンにハッキング中だと知っている
How did you know we were hacking into CERN?
ハッキング中なの？今？
What? You're hacking them? Right now? Me and my big mouth.
いいからこちらの質問に答えろなぜ俺たちとセルンの関係を知っている
Just answer my question. How did you know about our business with CERN?
それは。
Well...
いや実は昼間話し声を聞いちゃってさ、ここに立つと窓から聞こえてくるわけ。
Well... actually, I overheard you this afternoon. If you stand here, you can hear stuff from the window. The window. Come to think of it, it was open, and Dara and I were talking loudly. But can you really hear us from here? I look up to the second floor. The window's still fully open, but I can't hear a thing. I guess Daru's working quietly. I look down. There's an unfamiliar bicycle parked in front of the Brown Tube workshop. One of those mountain bikes. Its frame is all sparkly, tyres mostly clean, probably new. It looks pretty fast, but whose is it? Well, it would suggest it's a girl's because of the frame. I mean, this sounds ancient, but I remember normally bicycles have a straight frame when it's designed for guys, and for girls it has a lower frame. It's a relic of the past, to be honest. I don't know why. I'm not exactly sure, but that suggests it's a girl's.
私、昨日からここで働き出したんだけど。
I've only been working here for a day, but... Suzuha opens the Brown Tube workshop door with a wry smile.
これが予想以上に暇でさ、今日だけで4、5回は外に出たね。客来ないかなーって店の前で索敵しちゃったね。
I got a lot more free time than I expected. I've gone out 4 or 5 times today. Figured I'd reconnoiter the front of the store, see if I couldn't spot any customers. Reconnoiter? Now there's a word you don't hear in casual conversation. I'm pretty sure it means to perform reconnaissance, to scout an area and gather intelligence. Is she some form of secret agent? I follow Suzuha into the store.
その時に2階から君たちの話し声が聞こえちゃったわけよ。
So that's when I heard you guys talking from the second floor.
気になってついネットで調べちゃった。セルンの黒い噂についてもバッチリ知ってるよ。
I got interested and looked it up online. Now I know all the rumors about CERN. Damn, we were careless. Looks like we need to close that window when we discuss sensitive matters from now on. But if we do that, the lab will turn into a scorching hell. Damned if I do, damned if I don't.
とにかく絶対に他言無用だぞ
Anyway, you must not tell anyone else. Or else men in black will raid us.
あ、わかった。これでも口は硬いから任せといて。
Ah, yeah, I understand. I'm actually tight-lipped, so don't worry. Suzuha grins and thumps her chest confidently. All is quiet inside the Brown Tube workshop. The gigantic TV isn't on. Mr. Braun's not here either.
店長はどこへ
Where's the manager?
たった今、君のテレビの修理が終わって出てったよ。
He left right after he finished repairing your TV. Oh, it's Lukaku. I baked cookies today. I had everyone in my family eat some and got their seal of approval. Would it be okay if I baked some for your lab friends, Master? Oh, and would it be great if you could teach me some more techniques with Samidari when you have time? P.S. I managed 10 practice swings today. Well done. We warmly welcome your refreshments. In fact, you can come cook for us every day if you want. I'll leave... Oh, no. Oh. Oh no. I'll even provide you with a maid uniform. I don't know if you're supposed to reply to them all or not. I really don't know. Go on, let's hit time to start with an experiment. Oh god, I'm not reading that. Yeah. You mustn't depend on me all the time. Remember, all things come to an end. Every meeting heralds a parting. I can't hide from the organisation forever. And the seal on my arm grows weaker by the day. When I'm gone, you'll have to take care of yourself. Ah, it looks like it didn't send it. Ah, right, so that's how you do it. And then after that, it takes them off. Right, okay, that's useful to know. So I didn't reply to that. I meant to reply to it, but I didn't. And it's the same with that one too. So what I might have done there is accidentally chosen the Lukaku route by accident, because I replied to Lukaku, I replied to Mayuri, and I'm sure I replied to Lukaku once. He probably went off to see the Chickmunk. He disappears during business hours every now and then. Whenever I ask him where he's going, he always says something like, "I'm picking my beloved daughter up from school," or "My beloved daughter has a cold with a huge grin on his face." He dotes on her too much. It probably just annoys her. Anyway, how irresponsible can you be to neglect work to see your daughter? He used to put a "back soon" sign on the door whenever he left, but now he has Scissorheart to take care of things while he's gone. So, here's the fixed TV. Scissorheart lightly taps the TV on the counter. He said to charge 1,000 yen. Oh wow, he's followed through with it. And yeah, as you say... And yeah, Queen, I've just figured that out, but the thing is, I clicked earlier for Mayuri, I clicked both of them. But it was the fact that you have to hit something else to get the send option, and it didn't do it with the last two. So I've missed 2 messages. And I don't know if that's going to screw my game up. I actually have no idea. The only way I'm going to know is by playing the game and carrying on. Damn manager. I bet he gave it to us so he could charge repair fees. I reluctantly take a bill out of my wallet and hand it to Scissorheart. She takes out a receipt. Apparently it was already written out. Well, thanks for your patronage. Well, just take it anyway. By myself? Are you joking? Huh? Did you bring it here by yourself? Don't you know it takes 10 times more effort to go upstairs than down? Defying gravity is no easy task. I guess I can help, but... Oh, I see. So we're already in the age where women do physical labour. She mutters, her tone pensive. How sarcastic of her.
誰も貴様に手伝ってもらおうなどとは思っていない。というより、貴様のような女子に手伝ってもらうことなど、この俺のプライドが許さん。
I don't remember anyone asking for your help. Honestly, getting help from a girl like you would just hurt my pride. Wow, this guy really is an asshole. Total dickhead. Maybe I should get the bad ending just to see what happens, assuming there is a bad ending. I'm guessing so with the phones. I'm guessing the phone is one of your key choices. Wow! Applause. That was so manly. I might be falling for you.
騙されるものか。貴様、嘘をついている。
You think you could trick me like that? You're lying, aren't you? Eh? What makes you think that?
それはこの俺の能力に coloring gentleman が反応したか
It's one of my powers. Colouring gentleman. This power allows me to see through lies. Liars appear to glow red, then they die.
能力
You have powers? Sisuha's eyes pop, but then she clears her throat as if to hide her surprise.
それって超能力的なもの
Are you some kind of esper? When I nod, she whispers into my ear.
あのさ君みたいな能力者って他にもあまたにいるわけ
Are there a lot of espers like you?
いるわけがなかろうこの俺がスペシャルなのだ
Of course not. I am special. I thrust my chest out as far as possible to display my majesty.
そっかあまたにはいないのかびっくりしたでもいるって時点ですごいなやっぱセルンのせいで退化したのかな
Oh, you had me scared for a second there. But still, it's amazing that people like you exist. Maybe CERN is the reason there aren't more where I came from. After muttering some nonsense to herself, she finally nods in understanding.
でもさ戦闘になれば相手の嘘を見抜く力なんて意味なくない
By the way, does the ability to see through lies have any combat application at all? Yes, it does, but I don't want to say any more because it'll be a big spoiler. You people out there know what I'm... You people who played the game I'm talking about know exactly what I'm referring to. And yes, Avian, he's a majestic ass. Well, no, because it's not fair on the donkey. You can't compare a donkey to this guy. A donkey's far more intelligent.
やっぱ 1000m 級の長距離狙撃を命中させられるとかいかに効率よく相手の関節決められるかとかの方が重要だと思うな
If it were me, I'd want perfect accuracy within 1,000 meters, or ultra-fast reflexes that let me tear my enemy's limbs off before they can react. What the hell is she talking about? Is she a survival game otaku? Right, let's see. Oh, but is this game referencing... Oh god, there's loads. Survival Airsoft. A mock battle using air guns, primarily played outside in the mountains. Participants usually wear camouflage. Anthropomorphism, yep, represent a non-human entity as a humanoid character. Animals and military hardware are among the most common objects, but anything can be anthropomorphized, even abstract concepts, chemical elements, and countries. Or hedgehogs, in the event of Miami Rose cosplay. Yeah, World Wide Web, we know what that is. HTTP, we know what that is. Yeah, we know that. Quantum teleportation does not refer to actual teleportation. In 2004, Japanese researchers performed the first successful complete quantum leap experiment. Suppose they had twin particles, photons in this case A and B. Because they are twins, they have the property of symmetry. One exists upon upspin, the other will exhibit downspin. This means that observing either particle allows to know the state of the other. It's called entanglement. The state of an elementary particle, photon, cannot be conferred until observed. For the experiment, we attach data C, the information we want to report to photon A. We are now observing photon A to C. Based on the property of symmetry, we know that no matter how far away it may be, photon B will change to match, effectively becoming BC. Afterwards, we send photon AC's information from A's observation equipment to B's observation equipment through standard transmission. Now observing photon B will change it to photon BC. This is known as quantum teleportation because data C changes position instantly. However, since one step requires using standard data transmission, it's impossible for the information to exceed the speed of light. Finally, photon BC's teleported data C is a copy of photon AC's data C. The whereabouts of the original photon C become unknown. The point differentiates quantum teleportation from actual teleportation. And if all that went over your head for 5 points, don't feel alone, it went over mine too. I've no idea what the hell that was about. Yeah, but JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, but I refuse. We went over that the other day. Yeah. We went over these last night, but they're not counted for some reason. Anyway, let's carry on. No, wait, don't tell me.
貴様さては機関のヒットマンだな
You,
ミスゴルゴというコードネームで呼ばれているだろう
you're an
誰に雇われた
you're an organization assassin, aren't you? You must be the one they call Miss Golgo. Who hired you? Miss Golgo, by the way, is a reference to the classic anime Golgo 13, about a legendary assassin, and it was also referenced in the first Danganronpa game, in Chapter 6.
ゴルゴって何？
Nobody hired me. What's a go-go? She's trying to gloss things over with an insincere smile. Her confusion is suspicious. And that reminds me. I think I remember her saying some awfully disturbing things when we first met yesterday.
ちなみにさ、君の能力って他にもあるの？
Anyway, do you have any other powers?
あったとしても俺を殺しに来たヒットマンに教えるものか。
Even if I did, there's no way I'd tell a hitman hired to kill me.
君を殺しなんてしないってば。
I'm not going to kill you.
己の能力を他人に教えるなら自殺行為にも程がある。力を秘めた
Revealing my powers would be suicide. They are most effective with the element of surprise. In other words, they're for me to know and you to find out. Meanie.
何とでも言え。
Say what you like. Burning tension runs between us. And Meanie. That's cropped up again, and we had this debate. Renoa called Squall a Meanie. And again, maybe if you're 6 years old you use that insult, but no. Meanie is out of date. Our eyes meet. Invisible sparks scatter. Who's messaging now? It's Shining Finger. Oh, Cat-Bacon! I want you to reply to me already. I've been waiting, you know. And please tell me the super hacker's address when you can. If we don't get cracking, someone else might get to the IBM 5100 first. Malwaker. Yep. Spanish, por favores, please. And then an email arrives to break the stalemate. I turn my attention away from Suzuha. The ringtone is starting to piss me off. It's most likely from that male demon's Shining Finger. I can tell without even checking. This is getting ridiculous. She's got some stalker qualities, and maybe split personalities. I shouldn't have given her my address. I look at Suzuha and see her lying on the counter. She's playing with something in the palm of her hand. It looks like a small metal pin. Anyway, how could she be this lazy on her second day? I love CRTs was a lie too, wasn't it?
なんか渋い顔してるね。死亡通知でも来た？
By the frown, did you get a death notice? Yep, Death Note reference. We know we're into anime weeb territory here, people, when we get the Death Note reference from him.
Huh?
A what?
例えだってば。
Just wondering. She was wondering if I got a death notice. How could she say that with a dead straight face? What the hell is a death notice anyway? Do those even exist?
嫌な知らせでもあったのかって聞きたかったわけ。
What I meant to ask was if you got some unpleasant news.
似たようなものだ。
Yeah, you could say that. This girl is hard to get a handle on. I really shouldn't let my guard down around her.
IBN 5100というレトロ PC にやたら執着している女がいてな。
There's this woman who's obsessed with finding an IBN 5100. Suzuha leaps up as soon as I speak.
IBN 5100?
An IBN 5100?
知っているのか？
You know about them?
あ、うん。
Yeah.
そうか。IBN 5100の都市伝説は有名だったのか。
I see. So the IBN 5100 legend is famous, huh? Queen, it's interesting you say that. It's like, she wanted to know if, like, someone close had passed away and they got notified. I said, I've never heard of it used as that before, Death Notice. I've always, every time I see a game like this reference to that, I always think of Death Note. Man, it might not be a reference, it might be a reference, we'll see. Maybe that retro PC is more popular with female otaku than I thought.
そうそう、都市伝説で知った。君はどの程度まで知ってんの？
Yeah, that's it. I heard the urban legend from someone. How much do you know about it?
IBN 5100を実際に探し回ってみたが、結局秋葉にはなかったというオチは知っている。
I actually tried looking for an IBN 5100, but in the end, I came to the conclusion that there isn't one in Akiba.
そっか。そりゃそうだよね。
I see. Well, that's true.
何か知っている口ぶりだな。
You sound like you know something.
いや、知ってるような知ってないようなって感じかな。
Well, I do and I don't, I guess.
私は知らないけど、遠い知り合いが知ってて、それをちらっと聞いたことがあるみたいな。
I don't know about it personally, but I happen to hear about it from a knowledgeable acquaintance of mine or something like that. Yeah, really good way to hide around there. You've obviously got some kind of intel, Suzuha, and I'm going to find it. As much as I don't like the MC. Ah, that's a fair point, Queen, yeah. I accept that. 40 seconds to live. Well, that'd be a bummer to end the stream on, wouldn't it? Right, we've got this far and now we suddenly died. Thank you very much and good night. Another insincere smile. I'm starting to think she's not a very good liar. You can tell when she's lying whenever she smiles like that. Sure enough, she doesn't offer any other information. She just keeps that insincere smile plastered on her face.
貴様。何者？
Who are you? Suzuha falls back down onto the counter with a deep sigh. She looks up at me from that position.
IBN5100 についてのさ、興味深い情報教えてあげようと思ったのにな。
I was thinking of giving you a bunch of interesting information on the IBN 5100.
そんな目で見られたら教える気なくなっちゃった。
But when you look at me like that, I don't feel like it anymore.
そもそも俺は IBN5100 になど興味はない。
I'm not even interested in the IBN 5100. I'm more concerned with CERN right now. Solving one of Akiba's mystery won't topple the organization's regime after all.
貴様を信用できる要素が一つもない。その面白い情報が真実であるかどうかもわからない。
You don't have a shred of credibility. I have no way of knowing if that interesting information of yours is true or not.
うわぁ、そこまで言う？確かに私、挙動不審だけどね。
Wow, that's harsh. Well, I admit I am acting kind of suspicious.
じゃあさ、教えないけど、ヒントだけあげるよ。
I won't tell you, but I'll give you a hint.
そんで、わかりそうでわからないもどかしさに身もだえちゃえ。
And then you arrive in agony when you can't figure it out.
実は IBN5100 には隠された機能があるんだよ。
Truth is, the IBN 5100 has a hidden function. A hidden function? Yeah, that reminds me, I'm pretty sure that John Titor from 2000 said something like that. I searched through my memories.
確か IBN5100 に独自のプログラミング言語がどうたらこうたら。
If I remember correctly, the IBN 5100 can do something or other with a proprietary programming language.
嘘！なんで知ってんの？なんで？
No way! How did you know? Tell me! Tell me! I only vaguely remembered, but it looks like I hit the mark. I grin.
能力名サイズハング。
It's another one of my powers.
貴様の心の内を読み取ることができるのだ。
Leading question. I can read your heart of hearts.
何それ？反則！
What? No fair! For some reason, Suzuha covers her face with both her hands. She opens her fingers just enough to peek at me. That's not enough to escape my power.
すべてはお見通しだ。天音鈴葉。観念するがいい。
I see everything, Amane Suzuha. Resistance is futile. That's a Sonic Adventure quote. Resistance is futile. Give me the bird. And that's not an excuse for you all to stick the middle finger up in the audience, by the way.
とにかく IBN5100 には隠された機能があるの。
Anyway, the IBN 5100 has a hidden function.
AP エリアベーシックが普及する前に書かれた IBN の独自のプログラミング言語も解読できちゃうのってさ、驚愕だと思わない？
It can decipher IBM's proprietary programming language, which was written before APL and BASIC became widespread. Isn't that surprising? Go on then. BASIC. Beginner for Beginners All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code. Beginner's programming language frequently used in the 70s. And then, short for a programming language. A programming language was introduced in 1964, apparently. Now I remember. John Titor said the same thing in 2000. And right after that, an IBM engineer officially admitted to that function's existence.
今や IBN5100 でしか解読できない失われたプログラミング言語があったりするんだよ。
Now it's a dead programming language that can only be deciphered with an IBM 515100. The reason Titor traveled to 1975 to attain an IBM 5100 was because he needed that function. Maybe Moeka wants to use it too. Or maybe not. Shining Finger doesn't seem like the type who'd know about that sort of function.
だから IBN5100 ってすっごくレアな PC なの。
That's why IBM 5100s are so rare. While talking, Scissorha keeps dropping her glance to the metal pin in her hand. She rolls it around with her fingers. I guess that's a habit of hers. So IBM 5100s are super rare. Maybe if I can get one, I could sell it for a high price. That could be a good way to raise research funds. But first, I have to deal with CERN. Life in 2036 is very different from what it is today. Most people live on farms, growing their own food. All forms of commerce and communication are restricted. There's no travel, no internet, no railroad even. Most people never see another town, let alone a city. Science continues to advance, of course, but the vast majority of people do not benefit from that progress. Technology belongs only to those chosen by CERN and the Committee of 300. It's very peaceful, at least on the surface. There's none of the conflicts you would see in this era. There's no war? How's that possible? How did CERN resolve the situation in the Middle East? What have you against world peace? Sounds to me like CERN's doing humanity a favour. This Tyler guy stole a time machine from CERN, didn't he? He's the bad guy here. Die in a fire, terrorist scum. The world in 2036 is governed by CERN. All nations, even America, have disbanded their armies. To put it simply, civilizations return to an 18th century level of technology and exist under a communist system of government. Except now, that system works flawlessly. Right now, you should be asking yourselves, how is that possible? How does a system of government that collapsed in the 20th century exist without any discontent? The answer to that question is the reason I am here. Yes, I am a terrorist. There are others who think like me, who fight against CERN. We think of ourselves as the resistance, but there is no denying that our actions are a kind of terrorism. Anyway, the more I hear about the many worlds interpretation, I want to hear more about it. You said it's been proven by 2036. How? I knew you were a terrorist. How many have you murdered? What if my kids are among them? Maybe I should kill your father, protect the future. Stop beating around the bush and give us answers. You're one of those old men who participated in the student riots, aren't you? Filled you in a bunch of bullshit and now you can't tell fact from fiction. Am I right? Delicious nationalist tears. Lol. CERN probably figured it out. They've got a time machine to experiment with, right? That would make you no better than Titor. If you're willing to face the consequences, go right ahead. Titor, question. Did World War III take place as scheduled? Why did you come to this particular time? Did you find an IBM 5100? Is John Titor plugging for the commies? I thought that went out of style years ago. I thought Titor was crazy, but this Hohen guy is even crazier. Get a room, guys, lol. World War III, LMAO. Isn't there supposed to be an IBM 5100 in Akiba? As I've already explained, my goal in this time is to change the future. I'm posting here to warn you of what's going to happen. Perhaps convergence will render my efforts meaningless, but if even one person pays attention, that's enough. World War III? Is that something I said on a different word line? I would like to talk to you in private. Please email me when you have the time. Of course, if anyone else would like to email me, feel free. Serious inquiries only. Please, all I've been getting is hate mail. Here's my address once more. John Titor at egginev.net. "20 hours have passed since Daru started hacking. Night gives way to a refreshing summer morning. I glance at Daru while browsing that channel on my phone. He's fidgeting even more. Now his legs are like pistons. His knees move up and down in harmony with the rat-a-tat-tat of his keyboard. Daru hasn't slept in about 40 hours, but he still won't get off the computer. I was going to ask him if he'd like a break, but his entire body is exuding an aura of "Don't talk to me." I curl up a bit and return to my phone. My discussions with John Titor just aren't making sense. Not even Titor himself seems to know about the Titor from 10 years ago. It's hard to imagine that everyone on that channel is conspiring against me, but how else can I explain it? Out of options, I decide to email Titor directly, just as he told me to. He audaciously exposed his own address on that channel. I guess that's his way of saying, "Bring it on." In my email, I question the differences between his post now and his post 10 years ago. The current Titor hasn't even acknowledged the latter. I only vaguely remember them, but they basically went like this. In 2015, World War III breaks out. Many people die. In 2036, the world is a nuclear wasteland. John Titor travels to 1975 to attain an IBN 5100. The IBN 5100 was necessary to revive technology lost in World War III. The IBN 5100 has a hidden function, the ability to read IBN's basic proprietary computer language, which predates APL and BASIC. But only certain IBN engineers are aware of that function, so it does not appear in the manual. In 1998, Titor meets his younger self and his parents in America. John Titor was a soldier who volunteered for this mission. John Titor is an American. Furthermore, in 2000, Titor correctly predicted the outcomes of some future events. The Peruvian coast earthquake in 2001, the election of a new pope, the outbreak of the Iraq War, China's advances in space, and so forth. Though he only talked vaguely about each one, they all came true. On the other hand, other predictions went unfulfilled. For example, the Y2K bug, civil war in America, the cancellation of the Beijing Olympics. What was cancelled last year? The Tokyo Olympics. Why did games seem to know about 2020 and what would happen, and why did they not fucking tell us? Seriously. The inauguration of America's first female president in 2009, and so forth. There's more, but let's leave those aside for now. I'm going to ask him why those predictions didn't come true. If you were from the future, then why didn't your predictions come true? I'd appreciate a satisfactory explanation. Alright, let's send it now. Mail sent. If you can't answer my question to my satisfaction, then the current Titor is an imposter. This is your litmus test, John Titor. So what are your true colours? Yes, very funny, very original. Litmus paper, for those who don't know, is a paper that can detect the pH of many liquids. If you're more towards the acid, you go red. If you're more towards the alkali, you go towards the blue. And then in the middle are the yellows and the greens.
トゥットゥルーおはよう
Good morning. Mayuri comes in. Looks like she's forgiven us for experimenting on her food. She's back to her usual smiley self.
こんな朝早くからどうしたのだ
What are you doing here so early?
2人が2日連続徹夜って聞いたからね差し入れ買ってきたよ
Well, I heard you guys had stayed up 2 nights in a row, so I brought you some goodies.
そうかそれはご苦労
Oh, excellent! Great job! Though, to be accurate, it wasn't 2 nights in a row. I took an afternoon nap yesterday. Mayuri starts fishing through her convenience store bag, and then she takes out...
じゃーんおでん缶
Ta-da! Canned Odin! Canned Odin? Ah, canned meals sold in vending machines. Each can contains hot broth with various Odin ingredients such as boiled egg, radish. I've never actually seen vending machines that do food, but it wouldn't surprise me. And then the year 2000 problem, the Y2K bug was TLDR. Computers that would not be able to recognise a date change and therefore would believe it would go back to before it existed. Do you know what's really quite funny though? I found out that a major company in the UK had the Millennium Bug happen last year. Because, do you want to know what happened? In advance of the year 2000, they kicked the program on the road to turn over in 2020. And forgot about it. It didn't break the machines like they expected it to, but it did cause IT issues. That's a true story, I'm not making that up. The canned Odin is still warm when she gives it to me. I open the lid right away and eat the beef. Maya and I have been together for a long time, so she knows what I like. And when it comes to canned Odin, beef is where it's at. Chie, is that you? For steak?
マユシーからのプレゼントだよ1個270円もするんだから大事に食べてね
It's a present from Mayushi. They're 270 yen each, so savor it, okay?
最近バナナや唐揚げは食べ飽きていたところだ今後もこの差し入れで頼む
I've been getting tired of eating bananas and chicken lately. Buy these instead from now on.
さすがにしょっちゅうおごれるほどマユシーのポケットマネーは多くないのです
But Mayushi doesn't have enough pocket money to splurge like this all the time.
あとバナナや唐揚げはマユシーが大好きだから今後も続けます
And Mayushi loves bananas and chicken, so she'll keep buying them. I consider saying you'll get fat if you only eat frozen foods, but that threat's not very effective against Mayushi, so I hold my tongue. Her high metabolism prevents her from getting fat, no matter how much she eats.
あとね他にもあるよはいじゃーん
But wait, there's more! Ta-da! Next she produces a small box with a Rhinet's illustration, and I'm assuming that's going to be an offshoot version of Pocky, judging by the box form there.
ライネットソーセージあのねおまけでウーパのボトルキャップがついてくるんだ
No, I wasn't expecting
欲
that.
しかったから買っちゃった
It's sausage, apparently. Yes, Queen. For steak for everyone. That'd be Chie's mantra, wouldn't it? You're not wrong. Rhinet's sausage. It comes with an Oopa bottle cap as a bonus. I really wanted it, so I bought it. Yeah, Queen, don't feel... You raise a fair point about the wait until 25. I had that issue when I got rather big rigs. And now I've got my chiseled jaw back. She sticks out her tongue with a shy giggle. Something tells me that in a few months' time this lab will be neck deep in Oopa goods. There are only a few things right now, like the cushion on the sofa, but that number is sure to grow exponentially.
でダル君はどう
So, how's Darren?
苦戦中だ少しぐらい休んでもらった方がいいんだがな 何もぶっ通しで何とかしろとは一言も言ってないんだから。
He's in the midst of a hard fight. He should at least rest a little. I mean, I never said he had to do it all at once.
ダル君のスーパーハッカー魂がメラメラバーニングしちゃったんだね。
Darukin's super hacker spirit is on fire.
そこハカーって言わないように。
Don't say hacker! An empty Diet Cola bottle comes whistling through the air. It hits my head with a nice thunk.
ピリピリしてる。
He sure is tense. Mayuri and I evacuate to a corner of the lounge and quietly eat the odom.
でもハッキングって悪いことなんだよね。マユシーはね、二人にそういうことしてほしくないな。
But isn't hacking bad? Mayashi doesn't want you to do bad things.
ダルのスーパーハッカーじゃなくてハッカーとしての腕前使わなければ宝の持ち腐れだ。
I would be a fool to let Daru's super hacker skills go to waste. Incidentally, it looks like hackers hijacked CERN's system back in 2008. We found news articles about it online. That means even the inventors of the World Wide Web have holes in their security. With his skills, Daru should have no trouble getting through.
それにこれはセルンの悪事を暴くため世界を陰で支配する巨大な闇との戦いなのだよ。
Besides, we're doing this to expose CERN's wrongdoings. This is a war against the dark forces that secretly rule this world.
悪いことは悪いことだよ。
Bad things are bad. That's unusual. Myra usually just accepts whatever I say. Well, I admit it. We are doing a bad thing. Who's messaging me now? Ah, is that John? Oh, it's Amane Suzuha. This is Amane Suzuha. First email. Thanks for exchanging addresses with me yesterday. I finally made a friend here. Yay! Don't worry, I won't email you too much, and I might be slow to reply too. I'm kinda new to this email thing. It's okay to laugh at me. I didn't exchange email addresses with her. Aha! That's okay. I'm gonna go with the neutral one. Ask for information about her. Skyclad 2010. I don't know if that's meant to be a reference, but there's a folk metal band from the UK called Skyclad. Also, she's using a Netherlands email address. .ne, so that suggests she's Dutch. But there's no way we can stop now. I need to change the subject.
マユリよ、さつま揚げをやるから牛すじをくれないか。
Mayuri, want to trade my sweet potatoes for your beef?
それならうずら卵がいいな。
If you want to trade, I'd rather have your quail egg.
ふざけるな。俺は牛すじの次にうずら卵が好きなのだ。
Don't be ridiculous. Next to beef, quail eggs are my favorite.
マユシもうずら卵好きだもん。
But Mayushi likes quail eggs too.
ちくわで手を打ってくれ。
Settle for my chikuwa.
わかったよ。さつま揚げよりはちくわだもんね。
Okay, chikuwa's better than sweet potatoes. With that said, I skewer the chikuwa and put it in Mayuri's can, and I get her beef in return. Subject change complete. Mayuri really eats up conversations about food.
言うなんだよ。うへへへへ。僕をなめんな。
Soon, if I could just get the SQL table, I'll have more than enough passwords. You're no match for me. Daru has started talking to himself. So he's actually using a version of what's known as mainframe, basically like an old DOS program. And you use the SQL database, and these are all he's got the IP that he's hacking into. And this nice like industrial techno music that suddenly started playing. In fact, it reminded me a little bit of the theme that was playing when we first got to fight the Super Shadow in Persona 3 FES when we're on the train tracks. It started with this kind of beat before going into the rap music. Looks like things are falling into place. Daru really is a super hacker. I think this is the first time I've seen him serious. Daru bends himself forward, staring holes into the screen. But all I see on the screen is the same string of numbers and letters.
Oh, 来た来た来た。いいよいいよ。ほら観念して俺の前に全部晒しやがれっつうの。すっぱだかにされてる気分はどうだよ。ひゃっ。
Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, yes. You can't hide from me, you naughty little thing, you. How does it feel to be naked? His eyes are bloodshot and he started rambling. Maybe the lack of sleep is getting to him. Daru opens a new window, types in a 12-character string and slams the enter key. An error sound rings. He quickly deletes the string and enters a new one. He keeps repeating that sequence until finally...
Oh, 来た来た。ID とパス一致。ログイン完了だゴラ。死ねえなめんな。Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, yes! Yes! Matching ID and password, login complete. Hell yeah! Taste it! Yes, 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 yes! What enthusiasm! Did you get it? The smug bastard turns around with an expression of immense satisfaction. As if he's gone into Le Petit Mort. I don't know French. Ah, a condition of mental and physical release unique to male physiology, apparently. Characterised by a feeling of supreme calm and composure. Entering the state is almost like becoming an empty shell, also known as hyper sage time or saint time. And that's why I've never heard of it. I have never come close to that. Ever.
Mission complete.
Mission complete? Really? Wow, that's amazing. I don't really get it though. After 20 hours of agony. No, not 20 hours of agony, more like 40 hours of agony. It's finally over. To show Daru my appreciation, I toss him an unopened Oden can.
仕事の後のおでん缶って最高すぎだろ。
An Oden can's the best after a job well done. Oh wow, Avian! So they got the gender completely wrong now. Le Petit Mort is I don't want to say it. I get the feeling that I'll get my channel deleted. As strange as it is. I'll leave it in the text chat, but yeah. They got the gender wrong completely by the sounds of things. Well done. You really are the world's greatest super hacker. 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 I'm glad you're on my side. So, did you find out how they're planning to destroy the world? I haven't looked yet, man. All I did was get us connected. But it's all downhill from here. I'm sorry if you're tired, but please start checking. The keys to this conspiracy have got to be in there. Yeah, I'll do it, but let me eat this Oden can first. After a short meal break, Daru taps on his keyboard more nimbly than before. The question is who this password belongs to. Why is that?
セルンのデータベースに入ってデータのテーブル一覧をゲットしたんよ。そっから11111111とか ABCDEFGH みたいな簡単なパスワードを使ってる関係者に的を絞って ID 手に入れたわけ。
I went into CERN's database and got a data table. From there, I focused on people with simple passwords like 1111111111 and ABCDEFGH to get my hands on an ID.
その ID の持ち主がサーバー管理者だったら最高なんだけど、さすがにそこまで運は良くないと思われ。
It'd be awesome if this turned out to be the server admin's logon, but I don't think we'll be that lucky.
日本語で OK だよ。
In Japanese, please.
右に同じく
Same.
要するにセルンのサーバー管理者のパスだったならセルンの全身を舐め回すように弛緩しまくりだけど、そうじゃない普通の研究員か何かならおっぱいしか見せてもらえない的な。
Oh, bloody hell. Here we go. I'm going to have to read this. Here we go. Basically, if this is the server admin's password, we can taste every inch of CERN's luscious, luscious flesh. But if it's just an ordinary researcher's password, then we can only see CERN's boobs.
ダルくん、エッチだね。
Dadukin, that's naughty.
エロい例えをするな。つまり見られる情報が限定されてしまうということだろう。
Quit the erotic examples. Basically, you mean there'll be limits to what information we can access.
そういうこと。
Exactly.
サーバー管理者を特定してパスをゲットするのも時間の問題だけど、それはまた今度にするわ。さすがに眠くてあんま頭が働かん。
Anyway, it's only a matter of time before I get a server admin's password. Let's save that for later. I'm really sleepy now. It would be cruel to punish Dana any further. It's unfortunate, but overworking him isn't an option. Let's let him rest so he can regain his energy.
お、どうやら手に入れた ID は加速器部門担当者のものらしいよ。
Oh, looks like our ID belongs to an accelerated division chief.
サーバー管理者じゃないのか。
So it's not a server admin.
一発で当てるなんて奇跡でも起きない限り無理だっつうの。セルに何人の関係者がいると思ってるんだぜ。
It'd take a miracle to get one on our first try. How many staff members do you think CERN has?
何？
How many?
6000人以上。
Over 6,000. I didn't have to do the meme. Oh, thank God. I didn't have to do the Dragon Ball meme. Halle fucking Luya. That many?
とりあえずこの加速器部門担当者の名前は。
Well, for now, let's look at this accelerated division chief. His name is
ジャックさんのメールのログをちょろっと覗かせてもらおうよ。
Jack. Let's look at his email log. And of course, the emails come up in English.
うわわ。まゆしは頭が痛くなってきました。
Oh no! That makes Mayashi's head hurt. I'm glad I got a laugh out of you, Avian. For once, I didn't have to do it. Relief is mine. It's pathetic to flinch at the mere sight of English.
ダリオ、なんと書いてあるのだ。
Daru, what does that say?
翻訳しないと。
You need to translate it.
エキサイト先生にご登場願え。
This is a job for Dr. Excite. Oh, God. I don't think it's going to be very accurate. I've tried using Google Translate, and while it's got better, it's still not very accurate.
そんなめんどいことしてらんねえっつの。
Nah, I've got a better idea. Daru boots up translation software and auto-translates the open page. Poor, unnatural Japanese shows up. The first line says Happy New Year.
新年の挨拶みたいっすな。バカンスでスペイン行くとか裏山。
Looks like a New Year's greeting. Something about going on vacation in Spain. Lucky bastard. That email's normal. Nothing out of the ordinary.
こういうログを漁っていけば、そのうちサーバー管理者も特定できるのだぜ。
If we keep scouring the server log like this, we can also identify the server manager.
あのね、他人のメールを勝手に見るのってすごくごめんなさいって気持ちになる。
You know, looking through someone else's email without permission makes me feel really guilty. Mayuri gets depressed and moves away from the computer. She sits on the sofa and hugs her giant Upa cushion with a sigh. Oh, Mayuri. I know we're doing something socially unacceptable. However,
俺はとっくに悪の道に踏み込んだ。何の良心の呵責も感じないのだ。
I abandoned guilt when I chose the path of evil long ago.
責任はすべてこの俺が取る。ダルヤマユリに罪をかぶせるつもりはない。
Let the responsibility be mine. I will not ask you to answer for my crimes.
うほ、僕オカリンになら掘られてもいい。
I'm not reading that one out loud. I'm not even touching that one.
それはお断りだ。というわけでダルよ、心置きなく覗き見るのだ。
Now get peeking, Daru.
オカリンって悪いんだ。マユシーは悲しいです。
Oh, Karin, you're bad. You make Mayoshi sad. Wow, what a jackass. That's of no concern to me. You just sit there and pretend your hands are clean. Upon further examination, we discover several emails with the title Experiment Report. In English, naturally. Looks like he sends emails like these almost daily.
LHC の実験レポートか。タイムマシンのヒントが得られるかもしれん。開いてみるべきだろう。
LHC experiment reports. There could be a hint about time machines in there. We should try reading them.
これ見たら確実にヤバそうだけどな。
This is definitely a crime, though. That's what his lips say, but his hand still clicks on the email. What comes up is an unintelligible series of symbols.
これ暗号化されてる。
This is encrypted.
さすがに簡単にはいかないか。
Of course it isn't that simple.
ま、この程度の暗号を解くのはへでもないがな。
Well, cracking this should be a piece of cake. Nice, super hacker. He's a genius, no doubt. Daru undoes the security in less than 10 minutes. The real time sync is deciphering the crappy machine translation.
意訳すると
Translated into proper Japanese, it's...
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
そういう演技は無用だ。
That act is completely unnecessary.
サイですか。
Ah?
今日付の実験データをサーバーにアップしておいた。LHC の調子は良好だ。あくまで LHC はだが。
Uploaded today's data to the server. The LHC is performing admirably. Can't say the same about the rest, though.
こいつはまるで猫みたいに気まぐれだが、ここ1ヶ月ほどは驚くほど素直だ。ずっとこの調子だといいんだがな。
This baby's fickle as a cat, but it was surprisingly obedient this month. It would be great if it stayed that way forever.
しかし報われない仕事だと思わないか。この子猫、大猫と言うべきか。はははははは。が、稼働して9年になるが。
But don't you think this work is unrewarding? This 27-kilometer long kitten, has been in operation for 9 years.
この人類史を塗り替える研究は一部の人間の目にしか入らないわけで。
Our research will change the course of history, yet only a small group of people are allowed to see it.
もっとも公表されたらされたで、いい晒し者になるのがオチだろうがな。
Of course, if it were ever officially released, it would be one hell of a scandal.
世の中の連中はきっとこう言うだろうさ。今すぐロバート・ゼメキフをセルンに呼んでください。そうすれば1年と経たないうちに作ってもらえるだろうってな。
People will probably say something like, call Robert Zemeckis to CERN right away. He could build it in less than a year.
9年
9 years? Daru finishes reading. I rub my temples with my thumbs. Calm down. Let's sort things out.
今のメール、翻訳ミスということはないのか。
Do you think there were any translation errors in that email? Did Darren notice something unnatural too? He's not joking like he usually does.
翻訳ソフトを信じるならミスはないんじゃね。ところどころへんてこな日本語になってるのは確かだけど。
If you trust the translation software, then that's what it says. The Japanese is strange in some places though.
だとしたら妙なことになる。
But that doesn't make sense.
LHC が稼働を開始したのは去年の春ぐらいだったはずだ。だがこのメールでは9年前から稼働していたと読み取れる。
I thought the LHC was only put into operation around spring last year, but this small email makes it sound like it's been in operation for 9 years.
おかしいな。
That is strange. The email send date is the year 2010, so 9 years ago makes it 2001. John Titor posted this on Act Channel yesterday. The only other thing I can say is that you must not believe their lies. They have already succeeded in creating micro black holes. I gulp. If you read between the lines of this email, it sounds like they do some sort of secret experiment. Also, Robert Zemeckis is a famous, super famous Hollywood movie director. Yeah, Robert Zemeckis, Back to the Future. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure. I thought, are they referencing the Back to the Future director? Because it makes sense. Yeah, I was right. He directed a trilogy of smash hit time travel movies about 20 years ago. A groan. No way. Was I right? CERN's hiding a major secret from the world? And it's related to time travel?
ダル、もっと調べてくれ。タイムマシン研究の痕跡を探すんだ。
Keep looking, Daru. Search for anything related to time machine research.
マジでか。
Seriously? I don't know if Daru is questioning my order, or the possibility that CERN might be researching time travel. Either way, he begins tapping on the keyboard once again.
どのメールにもタイムマシンって単語は出てこないけど。
Yeah, there aren't any emails with the phrase time machine in them.
Z プログラムって単語がこの数ヶ月で100箇所以上も使われてる。
But the phrase Z program was used hundreds of times in the past few months.
これ、今 LHC を使ってやってる実験のことじゃね？
Do you think it could be about the current LHC experiments?
その具体的な内容はブラックホールの生成実験か。
What is it specifically? Black hole formation experiments?
どっかに資料は。お、見つけた。
Let's try looking for a document. Ah, found one. Daru opens a PDF attachment.
ほほう、なんかこれフランスとイギリスとオランダのトップシークレット扱いっぽい。
Oh, looks like this is top secret stuff from France, England, and Holland.
国家最高機密。
Government secrets?
セルンは国家機関じゃないはずなのに、なんでだろう。
CERN's not even a government organization, so why?
つうか国家機密ってさすがにまずいんじゃね？
Wait, should we be looking at this stuff? We might be in a little deep here.
構わん。詳細を調べろ。
I don't care. Get me details. I don't care. Get me details. For one, it's top secret, and therefore, at best, you're going to prison. At worst, they're going to kill you. Okay.
いやいや、バレたらただじゃ済まんし。
Hold on. If we get caught, we're not getting off with an apology.
お前はハッキングで足がつくような無能なのか？
Are you so incompetent as to let yourself be traced?
そうならないようにはしてる。
I took the necessary precautions.
だったら何も問題はない。
Then I failed to see the problem.
そりゃどうも。
Well, thanks. Daru makes a slightly awkward face as he takes the file about the Z program and feeds it into the translation software.
5月14日、第137次 Z プログラム実験レポート。
May 17th, 137th Z Project Program Experiment Report.
なお、ミニブラックホール生成ミッションはすでに確立しているため、報告は省く。第1に
Because we have already succeeded at creating mini black holes, the report is submitted. First...
Stop!
Stop! All of a sudden, Titor's prediction became a reality.
やはりセルンは LHC を使ったミニブラックホール生成に成功していたのだ。
So CERN did use the LHC to generate mini black holes.
公式には実験はまだ成功してないって発表されてるのにな。
But they announced that their experiments still haven't succeeded, so why? I mean, I'd love this all to be a prank that they're playing on the MC, and all of this is like a fake website and fake email chains, and fake password cracking, and I'd love it to like be all some kind of big fake out for some reason. I'm like, whether it's because he's like just completely fucks himself up by believing he's a scientist, or all the time he's tripping or something. But I also got a feeling that'd be a big middle finger to the player, so I don't think they'd go down that route, but we will see. This is what Titor was referring to when he posted "Don't believe what they say."
そもそも実験の目的は新しい素粒子反応を起こすことであってミニブラックホール生成じゃないし
The problem is, it says don't believe what they say. So if they're saying they've created black holes, surely then you wouldn't believe they created them. Am I the only one that sees the flaw in the logic here? But the goal of the experiment wasn't even to generate mini black holes. It was to create new elementary particle reactions. Daru doesn't take his wide eyes off the monitor. Oh, I'm going to take a quick save while I can, actually. But in reality, they're already generating those mini black holes.
みたいだな
Sure does seem like it.
その先には何と書いてある？
What does it say next?
実験結果エラーヒューマンイズデッドミスマッチ詳細は別紙ゼリーマンズレポートナンバー14を参照
Results. Error. Human is dead. Mismatch. For details, consult Jellyman's report number 14.
リフターの調整および各局所は適合地点をオンラインとして確定できない限り実験は停止するべきと提案する
We propose that further experiments be halted until the lifter is perfected and all local field conformity points are online.
どういう意味だ？
What does that mean?
ヒューマンイズデッドって人が死んだって意味じゃね
Human is dead means somebody died, right? Huh? Somebody died? Seriously? I groaned. This isn't a joke anymore. Something very serious is going on here. Maybe we are in too deep. And what if we are? I'm not afraid. I'm not. After all, I'm the insane mad scientist, Hoin Kiyoma. We can't stop now. I can't control my curiosity. Besides, now that I have proof of their evil deeds, ignoring it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. My throat's gone dry. I swallow my saliva. In an attempt to keep whatever composure I can, I scold myself for being so faint of heart.
ゼリーマンズレポートというのは何だ？
What is this Jellyman's report? Darius starts typing once I ask my question, but he soon clicks his tongue.
ジャックさんのメールには見当たらないな誰かもっと偉い人かサーバー管理者のパスを手に入れないと
I can't find it in Jack's email. We'll need an account with more privileges.
ではそれは後回しだ。タイムマシンについて探してくれ。
Then we'll save that for next time. Search for something related to time machines.
さすがに出てこないんじゃね
You know we're not going to find anything, right? After that, Darius spends about 15 minutes fishing through the Accelerator Division Chief's email, but he doesn't find anything about time machines.
加速器技術委員会とか LHC 計画責任者とかって単語が出てきたからその辺の ID を見当つけて探すかなそっちからならもっと突っ込んだ情報が手に入るかもしれんわな
Words like Accelerator Technical Committee and LHC Project Lead came up, so I guess we should look for an ID from there. Maybe then we can get more information.
ジャックさんの ID では調べられないのか？
You can't look it up with the ID you have? Darius shakes his head.
では、今日のところはこれまでか。
Well, I guess let's call it a day.
ちなみにさ今見てたのがセルンの一番でかいサーバーなんだけど実はもう一個妙なデータベースがあったんだよね
By the way, what we just saw was CERN's biggest server, but I also found a strange database on the network.
妙というと？
Strange how?
バグってた
It was buggy.
バグ
Buggy?
いやバグっつうか一応プログラムのコードらしきものは出てくるんだけど
I mean, it was full of some kind of code.
もう意味不すぎてむちゃくちゃっつうか全くもって解読不能です本当にありがとうございましたっつうか
But the code was gibberish, utterly impossible to decode. Thank you very much.
暗号化されている可能性は
Could it be encrypted?
あれは暗号には見えないのだぜそもそもプログラムとして成立してないんだよねただそんな誰にも見られないようなデータベースがなんで置いてあんのかは気になる
Not by any algorithm I've ever seen. It wouldn't even work as a program, it just bothers me. Why would they have a database that nobody could ever use?
気になるな
That is strange. Well, the game is suggesting that that data there is what they can get access to with the IBM 5100. Potentially.
ちょっと解析してみるを
I'll see what I can find out. Daru tries every trick in the book to crack that mystery database. But after an hour, the pistons he has for fingers begin speeding up. Eventually, he just slams the keyboard out of frustration.
ああわからん全然わからん
I don't get it! I don't get it at all!
こんなん絶対プログラムじゃねえよボケ死ねカスがウェッケー
You call this a program, dumbass? Go to hell! Oh, great, he snapped.
もうやめた方がいいよ
I think you should stop. Mayuri puts down her sewing tools and turns to Daru with a worried look on her face.
頭もよく回らんしもう無理
My head is spinning. I just can't take it anymore. This is bad. Daru's breaking down. Maybe I'm pushing it too far. He's been up 2 days straight. He's probably at his limit.
ご苦労だったもう休めダル
Good work. Go rest, Daru.
うわそうするわ
Yeah, I'll do that.
つうかさもしこれがバグじゃなくてガチでプログラムだとしても作ったやつにしかわからんよ
Anyway, even if it isn't a bug, but an actual program, only the guys who made it could understand it.
こんなん見たことないし
I've never seen anything like it. A program unlike anything you've seen. That music burst from my pocket. John Titor. If everything you wrote is true, then we have a lot to talk about, particularly concerning the IBM 5100's hidden functionality, which I've not mentioned to anybody yet. I am indeed surprised that you know about it. However, I have not gone to the year 2000, though it is possible I may go there later. There are 3 possible explanations. First, the John Titor who appeared in 2000 is my future self. In other words, I go to 2000 later and write about the things you have told me, but that would cause a chicken and an egg paradox, wouldn't it? Second, you're delusional, or making things up. For the sake of serious discussion, let's set aside the possibility. Third, you have seen something I wrote on a different world line. That would mean that 10 years ago you existed in a different world line than the one we're in now. However, that raises another issue. When the world line changes, the entire timeline is reconstructed from past to future in order to prevent a paradox from occurring. That was proven in 2036. In other words, it should be impossible for you to retain memories of a previous world line unless you are too at a time traveler. That is, do you have any idea what the cause could be? I gulp. A flash runs through my head like an electric shock. There's quite a bit of text, but what catches my eye are the first several lines.
そうか今点が線でつながろうとしているぞ
Of course, everything is falling into place.
何の話
What you talking about? Mayuri looks at me curiously, but I don't have time to answer her. I'm frantically assembling the pieces in my mind.
ジョン・タイタセルタイムマシン
John Titor, CERN, the time machine. These things are all connected. And now I have another piece of the puzzle. I shiver at my own brilliance.
だるよ。もしかするとそのプログラムの正体判明するかもしれんぞ。
Daru, I think I know how we can read that program.
え、マジでどうやって
Seriously? How? I aim my phone's camera at the screen displaying the supposedly bugged data and take a picture. I attach it to a message. Does this code look familiar? And send it to Titor. A mysterious database inside CERN. A program unlike anything super hacker Daru has ever seen. Its true form is... Yeah, Avian, I'm with you. Is it really falling into place? I mean, like, it suggests it's changed timelines, but as I said, the memories thing doesn't make sense, really, does it?
俺のひらめきが正しければジョン・タイターが知っている。
If my hunch is correct, John Titor should know.
はあ、それはないわ。
What? There's no way.
なんとでも言うがいい。答えはすぐに出る。
Say what you like. We'll know soon enough. We wait for Titor's reply. Though it's only been a few minutes, it feels like an eternity to me. It's here. Well, let me guess it's not. No, it is John Titor. That's written in a proprietary IBM program proprietary to 1975. You can only decipher it with an IBM 5100. I quickly opened the mail, and its contents enough to raise goosebumps on my entire body. Just as I suspected.
やはりって
Huh?
だるよ。俺の予想は正しかった。
I was right, Daru.
判明したぞ。そのプログラムの正体が。
I know where that data comes from.
IBN 5100
An IBM 5100? That retro PC has a certain function. In fact, for more than 25 years after it went to market in 1975, nobody knew of it save a few IBM engineers. That function was first brought to light by the John Titor who appeared in 2000. After a while, Titor posted about it. An actual IBM engineer admitted to the hidden function's data existence. Which reminds me, I talked to Suzuha about this only yesterday. And now we got a flashback in a dream cliche. We've already read that dialogue, so we'll move on. What an incredible coincidence. A prime example of synchronicity at work. Go on then, tell us what it is. A meaningful coincidence, simultaneity. The feeling that two causally unrelated events have a meaningful deterministic relationship. For example, a vase fell and shattered, and at the same time my grandmother died in hospital. Nearly everyone has felt synchronicity at some point in their lives, a concept advocated by Swiss psychologist Carl Jung, 1875 to 1961. Might as well take advantage and do a quick save while I've got the chance. It's almost like an almighty will is pulling the strings.
いいな。断じていいなだ。我らにとってこの発見はまさに必然。これこそがシュタインズゲートの選択だということだ。
No, no, I say. The discovery of ours was inevitable from the start, for this is the choice of Steins Gate.
つまりセルンは IBN 5100を使ってこのデータベースを構築したって互換性のないマシンを使ってなんでそんなわけわからんことを
Wait, so CERN has an IBM 5100 database? Those machines aren't compatible with any modern software. Why would they do anything like that?
ならば聞くが、外部からのクラッキングに対する 最高のセキュリティ方法は何だ？
Answer me this. What's the best way to secure a machine against external cracking?
そりゃスタンドアローンだろ。
Well, make it a standalone, of course. Daru quickly catches on to the intent of my question.
IBN5100 でしか解読できないなら、それは疑似的なスタンドアローンってわけか。
If only IBN 5100s can read it, then I guess that's kind of standalone.
ゆえに、そこに眠るのはセルンにとって最重要の機密だということだ。
Which means that CERN's keeping their most important secrets hidden there.
つか、オカリンはなんでその隠された機能のこと知ってるん？ソースは？
How do you know about the hidden function anyway?
俺の頭の中に眠る膨大なインデックスに記述されている。とでも言っておこう。
It is recorded in my brain's extensive Index Librorum Prohibitorum. Titor said it himself 10 years ago, but Daru wouldn't believe me even if I told him the truth.
パクリ設定ボツ。
Very original. I ignored Daru's retort.
マユリ、大事な話があるから集まれ。
Mayuri, we have important matters to discuss. Assemble!
ここからでも聞こえるよ。
Huh? I can hear you fine from here. Mayuri's sewing. She doesn't get off the
聞
sofa.
こえるとか聞こえないとかの問題ではないのだ。
It doesn't matter whether you can hear or not.
これは我ら未来ガジェット研究所にとって、いや、人類の未来にとって運命を左右する会議なのだよ。
This meeting concerns the fate of the future gadget laboratory. Nay, the fate of mankind.
だからもっとこう秘密めいた感じというか、企んでいる感じを出したい。
So I want it to feel more secretive, like we're scheming or something. It's important we stare closely at the monitor and exchange dramatic lines. The atmosphere right now is too light. It's all Mayuri's fault. Huh?
マユシーはバルダ組には参加しません。
Why is it Mayuri's fault? What? Mayuri won't participate in your evil schemes. Well, I can't have everything my way.
二人とも聞け。これより未来ガジェット研究所は緊急極秘作戦を発動させる。
Listen, you two. Henceforth, the future gadget laboratory shall begin emergency top secret operations.
これは世界を影から操る巨大な闇との戦いの第一歩となるだろう。敵はセルン。世界的な研究機関でありながら邪悪な研究に見られた連中である。
This shall be the first stage in our war against the dark powers that manipulate the world from the shadows. Our enemy is CERN, a scientific institute engaged in the most evil research imaginable.
オカリン、声でけえ。徹夜明けにはきついっす。
Oh, Corinne, you're too loud, and I've been up all night. Crap, I guess I am being too loud. That kind of ruins the whole secret feeling. And the window's open too. If Suzuhara's down below, I'm sure she can hear everything. So I turn it down a notch.
いいか。世界にマッドサイエンティストは二人いらん。奴らに先んじられる前に我らが出し抜いてやるのだ。
Understand? The world has no need for two mad scientists. Before they can get ahead of us, we must outwit them.
奴らって？
Who are they?
奴らは奴らだ。
You know. Them.
マユシーは全然わかんないよ。
Mayushi doesn't get it at all.
つまりこの秋葉のどこかにあるという幻のレトロ PC IBN5100 を手に入れる。
Basically, we must obtain the Phantom Retro PC, the IBN 5100, said to be located somewhere in Akiba. I make a magnificent declaration, but Daru just rubs his eyes, and Mayuri returns to her needlework. Damn it, is there anything you guys react to? We've uncovered a massive conspiracy here! How come you aren't excited?
僕探すのはパス。マジで寝させてよ。それとセルンの中をもっと探りたい件について。
I'll pass on the search. I'm seriously tired. Besides, I want to keep combing CERN's server.
そうだったな。
That's true.
まあそれができるのはダルだけなんだからそっちは任せる。
Well, you're the only one who can do that, Daru, so I'll leave it to you.
では IBN5100 の捜索は俺とマユリで。
So, the IBN 5100 investigation squad shall consist of Mayuri and me.
無理だよ。
I can't. Mayuri makes an apologetic face.
ゴス作りもあるし、バイトもあるもん。
I have to make costumes, and I have work too. So basically, you two are telling me this. I'm the only one with free time.
いいだろう。この件は俺が何とかする。そうと決まった以上俺のやり方に口出しは無用だ。分かったな。
Fine. I'll manage alone somehow. It's useless to try and stop me. Understood?
また何か悪いことしようとしてる？
Are you going to do something bad again?
いや、口だけじゃね。
Nah, he's autark. I'll leave my useless comrades behind and stride gallantly out of the lab. I step out onto the street. Immediately, a bicycle skids to a stop in front of me.
はーい、岡部倫太郎。
Hiya, Akabi Rintaro. Scissorha gets off her bicycle and gives me a strange greeting. I want to ask her, are you an American or something? But I'm distracted by her shiny bicycle. It's the same bicycle as in front of the Brawn Tube workshop yesterday, so I guess it belongs to her. I wonder how much that's set her back. I mean, it does look pretty expensive.
なかなかのテクだな。
Pretty nice technique there.
自転車ってほんと楽しいよね。私、自転車乗るのってこの町に来てからが初めてでさ。
Bicycles are fun, aren't they? I'd never ridden one before coming here.
初めて自転車に？
You'd never ridden a bicycle?
そう、バイクはよく乗ってたんだけどね。
Nope. I had ridden motorcycles before, though. Isn't that backwards? Weird girl. And what's with that flashy braking back there? I think it'd be pretty dangerous if she did that all through the town. Beginners get cocky and get into accidents. You see that pattern all the time. If you're gonna go full speed, at least wear a helmet.
今からバイトか。
You going to work now?
さあ、
Yep. The Brawn Tube's workshop shutters are open, but the shop itself never opens until 11 or 12. I don't know exactly when. It seems to change with Mr. Brawn's mood.
ちょうどよかった。お前に話がある。
That's perfect. There's something we need to talk about.
これから開店準備しなきゃいけないんだよね。
Eh? But I need to get the shop ready for business.
このオンボロブラウン管屋に何を準備することがある？
Just what does this crumbly old Brawn Tube workshop need to get ready?
ないね、まったく。店の前をチャラチャラっと掃き掃除するぐらい。中は掃除しようとすると店長が怒るし。これが完璧な配置なんだよって。
Nothing really. Jeez, I just get mindlessly sweep in front of the shop. If I clean inside, the boss gets angry. Everything's where it needs to be, he says. So he's paying her to not clean. Something's wrong with that guy.
ならば話をさせてもらおう。
So hear me out then.
でもな、眠いしな。
But I'm so tired. In other words, she doesn't feel like talking. I glare at her.
あまり俺を怒らせない方がいい。
You would be unwise to anger me.
今すぐじゃないとダメな感じ？
Does it have to be right now? My glare is not very effective. She doesn't falter at all. But I still maintain my stern expression and nod.
じゃあどうぞ。
Then go ahead. Scissorhouse shrugs her shoulders as she locks her bicycle. Then she turns to me.
ただし、手短に頼むよ。
But keep it short, okay?
IBN5100 はどこにある？
Where is the IBN 5100?
不明。
No intel yet.
不明？何？
What?
不明。
I don't know. Oh.
昨日のお前の口ぶりが知っているように見えた。
But by the way you talked yesterday, it sure sounded like you knew.
知ってるのは私の知り合いだってば。
No, I know someone who knows.
ならばその知り合いのところへ案内してもらおう。嫌だとは言わせん。拒否すればお前はこの世の地獄を見ることになる。
Then take me to them. I won't take no for an answer. Refuse, and I'll show you a living hell.
無理。
I can't. Come on. I even said I'd show you a living hell.
会いたくても会えないからさ。
I can't introduce you even if I wanted to.
どういう意味だ？まさか想像上の存在か。
What do you mean? Don't tell me they're an imaginary.
死んだから。何年も前に。
They've been dead for years.
すまなかった。
I'm sorry.
いいのいいの。まあそんなわけで私の持ってる情報そんなに大したことないわけ。むしろ私の方が教えてもらいたいぐらいだよ。
Nah, it's okay. Anyway, there's nothing I can tell you. Honestly, I'm hoping you can tell me something. Scissorha pats me on the shoulders. Funny, you'd think I'm the one who's supposed to cheer her up. Just then, Mr. Braun opens the door and makes his appearance.
おいバイト、まだ3日目なのに遅刻してんじゃねえ。
Hey, part-timer! It's only your third day and you're late.
ああ店長、ごめん、ちょっと朝から立て込んでてさ。
Oh, sorry, boss. The streets were a little crowded this morning.
真面目にやらねえならいつでもクビにするからな。
If you're not going to take this seriously, I can always give you the boot here.
岡部もうちのバイトに手つけようとしてんじゃねえぞ。
As for you, Akabe, don't you lay a finger on my part-timer.
浴場しているのはあなたではないのか、ミスター・ブラウン。
Aren't you the lecherous one here, Mr. Braun?
もしナイがいる前でそういうこと言ってみろ。マジで殺すからな。父親としての沽券に関わる。
Why, you just try to say something like that in front of Nai. I'll murder you. Don't gotta keep my honor as a father.
そもそもそんなしょんべんくせえガキに浴場なんかするかよ。
Besides, I ain't got no use for a skinny kid like her.
何を？店長、今の取り消して。
What was that? Take that back, boss. Scissorha's actually mad now. Yeah, you can tell because she's got her hands on her hips and is glaring at the protagonist, not the person who's pissed her off. So yeah, she's definitely angry now. Really angry.
なんだよ。怒ったのか。
What? You mad?
私はガキじゃない。一人前の戦士だよ。
I'm not a kid. I'm a warrior.
お前何言ってんだ。
Huh? What are you talking about? Scissorha's burning passion as the manager shocked. I, on the other hand, am impressed. On impulse, I take Scissorha's hand and grasp it firmly.
いい目をしているな、バイト戦士。現代人にはない野獣さながらのギラギラした輝きがある。
I like the look in your eyes, part-time warrior. They shine with the radiance of the beast unseen in modern man. It's an original pickup line. It's probably not going to work, but it's an original, I guess.
その目を忘れるな。そうすればお前は必ずやバイト戦士から真の戦士へとクラスチェンジできるだろう。
Never forget those eyes of yours, and you shall surely change class from part-time warrior to true warrior.
っていうか、私はもう戦士なんだってば。
But I'm already a warrior.
セレンとラグナロックの暁には共に戦おうではないか。それまで精進するがいい。
Stay diligent in your training, and you shall have a place at my side on the field of Ragnarok. So what does the game suggest that Ragnarok is then? In Norse mythology, the final war of the gods, Twilight of the gods. Sounds pretty accurate to be fair. Your computer not connected to any other network or computer is a standalone, and cracking, illegal access to network systems and data tampering. Cracking a lot of the time is done to crack games and get around copy protection. Do a quick save while I can actually. Oh, Oh, right, yeah. Here we go.
ラグナロック
Ragnarok? Suzuha looks confused.
何それ
What's that?
セン最終決戦だ。
The final battle against CERN.
そんなの起きる予定があんのあるならぜひ参加するけど聞いたことないな
You got something like that planned. Count me in if you do, but I've never heard of it.
当たり前だ。今初めて明かしたのだからな。ラグナロックは俺が起こす。世界を作り変えるためにだ。
Of course you haven't. This is the first time I've revealed it. For I shall be the one to initiate Ragnarok, and the world shall be reborn.
おお岡部倫太郎ってば勇ましいじゃんどうせ失敗するだろうけどその心意気は好きだよ
That's awesome. Stick the knife right in straight away. Call it like it is. I like that, Suzuha. Wow, you sure are brave, Okabe Rintaro. You'll probably fail, but I like your spirit.
私の仲間も君ぐらい気概があればよかったんだけどな
I wish my comrades were as spirited as you are. Apparently, Suzuhara's comrades. I'd like her to introduce me. That way, I can form my personal army, the Phoenix Crusaders. This guy's getting more delusional by the fucking second. Wait a sec. Why does she assume I'll fail at Ragnarok? Looks like I need to instill the fear of Hoei and Kiyoma into this girl.
なんでうちの店の周りには変なやつばっか集まってくんだよ。たく。
Why does my store attract nothing but weirdos? Damn it.
アルバイト、いいからさっさと店に入れ。
Whatever, part-timer, just come inside. Coming.
じゃあね岡部倫太郎
Later, Okabe Rintaro. Suzuha waves and winks at me as she heads inside the store.
おかり待って待って
Wait up, I'll come in. Then Mayuri comes down the stairs, passing Suzuha.
やはり一緒に探す気になったか。いいラボメン精神だ。
So you're gonna help me search after all? That's the labman spirit.
違うよお昼ご飯を買ってこようかと思って
Oh, no, that's not it. I was thinking about buying lunch.
だ
She really is a glutton. It's not even lunchtime yet.
で、どこで買うつもりだ。
So, where do you plan to go?
どうしようかな
What to eat? Mayuri places her finger on her bottom lip as if in thought and she walks.
サンボの牛丼もいいな
Sambo's beef bowl sounds good. This tiny high school girl really has guts to enter Sambo alone. That place isn't like the chain restaurants with their colourful menus and brightly lit interiors. First timers are often cowed by the old school atmosphere. Plus, the clientele is almost exclusively male. But Mayuri doesn't care. She just sits there, shoulder to shoulder with students and salarymen, smiling as she eats her beef bowl. Meanwhile, the Sambists, the regular Sambo customers, are posting comments online like, "The goddess has arrived!" or "Goddess for the win!"
だがサン部はこの時間だとまだ開店していないぞ。
But Sambo isn't open this early. I tried to warn her, but Mayuri is no longer there. She's gone. She disappears like this every so often, and each time she does, I wonder for one terrible second if she really has vanished from the world. I look around and see Mayuri standing at a distance. She's gazing up at the sky through the buildings. Here we go again. She stops in the middle of the street, so the pedestrians look at her, wondering what she's doing. I've been there, I've done that. I suddenly stopped and I'm like, I have no memory of this place. And everyone's there, like that. What's this fucking pillock doing? You see that guy over there? Check him out. Fucking idiot. And I'm like, that's it, I needed to go get something and do a U-turn. and everything suddenly fades back into normal. So, yep, Naomi, good point there on stream. Yeah, why does my store only attract weirdos? The game admitting it's weird. At least the game owns it. That's the key thing. The game owns its weirdness. I appreciate that. But she doesn't notice their stares. She slowly reaches out to the sky, as if entranced. I prefer to reach out to the truth. And then she freezes in that position. This is one of Mayuri's habits. I call it Stardust Handshake. Mayuri says that she's like looking at the night sky ever since she was little. Her reason is romantic. Or perhaps childish. I feel like I can reach the stars. When I asked her about it one day, she just smiled and gave that answer. At first, she only reached out to the night sky, but lately, she's been doing it without regard to the time of day. Like now, even when she's walking and talking with someone, something inside her seems to switch on. Honestly, it's a little crazy. It's also kind of cute here in Tara that you noticed all this about her, because you're smitten, aren't you? Admit it. It's too early for stars, Mayuri. He calls himself a scientist. The stars are there all the time. Just because there's sunlight that's filling our version of the ozone layer, so we can't see space during the day, it's still there. The stars are there all the time. Or at least the light is. I walk up to Mayuri and call out to her. She slowly lowers her hand with a blank smile on her face. Thank you, Mayuri. She agrees with me. Did you know? Even during the day, the stars are still up there. Getting philosophical is nice and all, but it's dangerous to stop in the middle of the street. That's true. Oh, just now when I was looking at the stars, I decided to have ramen for lunch today. How are ramen and stars even related? Mayuri's mind works in mysterious ways. I know I said I'd search for the IBM 5100, but I have no idea where to start. I spent about an hour in an internet cafe searching for information, but turned up nothing. I buy some mango juice with tapioca from a juice stand inside Yodobash, losing myself in thought as I drink it. It's Saturday, so it's starting to get crowded in front of the train station. Some maids are distributing leaflets to the people coming out. I know Daru's well acquainted with retro PCs, but is there anyone else? Oh yeah, Shining Finger was obsessed with the IBM 5100, wasn't she? I'm really reluctant to contact that male demon though. But ultimately, my females are trivial. Ragnarok hangs in the balance. But I decide not to bother. I finish my drink and wander towards Chiwadori. I was about to say Chidori then. Listen to this wonderful sailor music. And it'll be from the... I reckon it's going to be Speed Finger. It is. Yeah, it's from Shining Finger. Will you get back to me already? Oh, she's angry. Look at the face. Even with the kissing mark, she's angry. Moeka is not pleased. Tch, it's like she can read my mind. I instinctively scan the area, searching for that gloomy woman in the crowd. No sign of her tailing me. Oh well, I guess I'll send her a reply. I don't know Shining Finger's phone number, so I'll just send her an email for the time being. In the email, I ask her to call and include my number. Now I just have to wait for her response. And there it is. You finally contacted me. I don't like talking on the phone, so let's exchange emails, okay? Please? Wait, she wants it by email? There's a lot to cover. I'd rather not have to type it all out. I need to find her phone number. Oh god, this guy's... He's not very good at reading the scene, is he? Give me your phone number, along with any information you have on the IBN 5100. And send. I look up after finishing my email and see a huge crowd of people in front of Radican. I guess the satellite is still a big deal. The media presence hasn't died down since the day of the crash either. Radican is still closed. And of course, the satellite is still there. Not 30 seconds pass before I get a reply. Right as I'm about to read the email, I catch sight of a familiar face in the crowd. Ah!
助手か。ここで何をしている？
Well, if it isn't my assistant, what are you doing here?
あのな、私がいつ助手になった？
Hey, when did I become your assistant? She looks like she'll snap at me, so to dampen her spirits, I go back to checking my email. I don't have anything. How about you? Moeka. What is with this woman? I told her to tell me her phone number and she just ignored me. And she doesn't even know any information. How useless can you be?
なんで私、あんたに睨まれてるわけ？
Why are you glaring at me?
気にするな。イライラしているのはお前が原因ではない。
Don't worry about it. You're not the cause of my frustration.
八つ当たりか。睨まないでよ。
Oh, so you're just raging? Don't glare at me.
お前だって以前、俺のことを何度も睨んだだろ。
You've glared at me before, haven't you? Yes, but you kinda crossed quite a few lines, Rintaro. You deserve to be glared at.
それはあんたが変態行為を。
Yep, see, there we are. That's because you keep doing pervy.
何も言うまい。
Ah, no, I'm not saying anything. Another one? Tell me the super hacker's address, Moeka. I want to snap my phone in half and throw it on the ground. What do you mean, tell me the super hacker's address? You're making fun of me with that little music notation. You're not getting anything from me. Anyway, why does she need to send me 2 short consecutive mails? I mean, she might as well just combine them into one.
そんなに嫌なメールが来たの？
Are the emails you're getting really that unpleasant?
嫌というより常識外れなのだ。
They're more unreasonable than unpleasant. I can't quite describe it in one word. Oh god. Stop sending me all these short emails. I'm begging you, just gather your thoughts and send everything together. I feel a little satisfied after sending that email. I turn to Kurisu again.
それで、クリスティーナ、ここで何をしている？
So, Christina, what brings you here?
せめて呼び名ぐらい統一してほしいわけだが。
If you're going to call me names, could you at least be consistent?
私が何してたって別にいいでしょ。
Anyway, my business here doesn't concern you.
なんだ？何を拗ねている？
Why are you pouting?
拗ねてない。
I'm not pouting.
できればあんたとはもう関わり合いになりたくなかっただけ。
I just don't want to get involved in your silly games again.
何をバカな。お前はすでにラボメンなのだぞ。ラブの利益のために働いてもらわないと困る。
Nonsense. You're already a lab man. You have a duty to work for the benefit of the lab. Well, she is only a temporary member. No, it's because she's a temporary member that we need to get as much out of her as we can.
好奇心に負けたあの時の自分を恨むわ。
I regret losing myself to curiosity back then. Kurisu sighs and looks up at the satellite. We're not alone. Several of you are standing here and looking up. It's Akiba's latest tourist attraction.
人工衛星を見に来たのか？
Did you come here to see the satellite?
まあね、
I guess.
信じられないと思わない？人工衛星って普通大気圏で燃え尽きるように軌道を計算して落とされるのに、あそこまで完全な形で残ってるなんて。
It doesn't make sense. Normally they calculate satellites' orbits so they burn up in the atmosphere when they fall. So how can that thing be in such perfect condition? And that's to say nothing about the huge hole it punched in the building. And with that, as awkward as the transition as it is, we've been on for 3 hours, and I am aware that I have work tomorrow, so I'm going to have to end it there, unfortunately. We've literally got to the point where we've got the return of Kurisu, and it seems that the satellite is going nowhere. The question is, where the hell did it come from? And what is this all about? Now, we're going to be picking this up. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the regular stream on Friday or if I'll be doing my endurance stream. I'm going to decide tomorrow. So keep an eye on the schedule. Either we'll be carrying on this or we'll be doing something special. I've yet to decide. I will let you all know. But until then, thank you all very, very much for watching. And good night.